Hello and welcome back. I am David Gagnon. This is the Rolling Nomads, and tonight we're finally continuing our D&D game, Colder Than a Twitch's Wit. Don't really have anything announcement-wise, so we're just going to go ahead and get right into it and meet the players.
Hello. I'm back. It's nice to be back. Okay, this is awkward. Bye.
Hi. Good to be back. Thank you, everyone, for being patient. Can't wait to see what happens.
Greetings, I am RA-THERIS. I have been recently informed that my job as a chronicler has been reinstated. I do not know how to feel about this.
Hail. It has indeed been reinstated, just for now, because my memory is that of a goldfish, and the tyranny of the sun has caused me to be extremely exhausted. So hi, David.
All right. Well, first and foremost, to CLIO, welcome back. It is great to have you back with us. I think you're one of the contenders for the moral compass here. I don't know if we even have one anymore, but you're on the list somewhere. Now,
I can be the moral compass.
I feel like that's a bad idea. But you've missed quite a bit since you've been gone. And before we get into what you've been doing in the meantime, we're going to get a quick recap, and then we're going to roll right into things.
All right. So, here's what generally happened. Is because it's been a while, so I'm going to do a bit of a more than just last session recap. Generally speaking, so I'm going to start from me having a vision that may or may not have led to the great Lord ZERRIS doing his own double checking, which may or may not have led to him coming up with the answer of yes, you should do as RA-THERIS has asked, which ultimately led to the conquest of a small town in the most eloquent and least bloody revolution I have ever seen, as is befitting of the great ZERRIS. After his very effective takeover of the town by convincing a man to sign a piece of paper, if he didn't even need to coerce the man. The man simply did it because, of course, he did. ZERRIS is that great. Once he took over the town, CLIO had a bit of a crisis of faith. Proceeded to not want to be with us for a little bit, and ran away a bit. It was fine. Then, of course, there had to be some blood spilled, for ZERRIS, in the going over the books, found out that a kobold whose name is so insignificant I didn't even bother to memorize it, and I've got a pretty good memory at 20 intelligence, needed to be gotten rid of. That kobold's current was dealt with rather harshly. First, ZERRIS interrogated them. Second, ZERRIS interrogated them further with proof of his misdeeds, which ultimately led to him being locked in a hole forever and ever and ever. And then, in a couple years, once his bones have been exhumed from the hole, he will serve ZERRIS loyally as a moving table, basically skeleton. I will make sure of this, so that he may rest whatever he feels like on top of this kobold. We ended up talking to this old man whose beautiful elven wife left him mysteriously. My current theory is that she didn't want to see her favorite person in the world die, but could have been something else. I think it's just, that a sad story, and we're going to try to drag her back against her will. But, I tend to be morbid. We were about to head out to go do that when some, let's say, unfortunate circumstances happened. A lot of food was getting eaten by this really big guy I don't know what to say about it, but we ended combat with this really big guy. He was like a solid 10 feet tall, probably a giant, but we didn't confirm that beforehand. We just started beating his ass. ZERRIS, in his infinite wisdom as our healer, proceeded to stand on the front lines after linking
I
his hit
completely
points to
forgot
me.
about that. I'm so sorry.
After linking his hit points to me, who was doing a lot of damage, if he went down, then I got hit. He would have lost, he would have been losing his death saves, but he proceeded to do that. Which, now he's got to get a familiar, because that's the only way I'm letting him do something that's stupid again. The giant destroyed my familiar as well, so there's that. Beyond that, we subdued the giant. We didn't kill it because it's going to get recruited because it's being recruited into the guard, and it will serve as one of the loyal soldiers of ZERRIS for all time, because we know what it's motivated by: food. Therefore, if we feed it the most food, it'll stick around and serve us. It'll be the first of a brilliant new super soldier program under Lord ZERRIS that will help us conquer the Northlands. I'm also not sure, but I think it has the siege monster property, and if it does, then it's even better. So that's my recap. We're about to head out. ZERRIS did expend a lot of resources. I expended a lot of resources. We're going to do a long rest first. Then we'll head out in the morning. That was the consensus reached at the last episode. I remember that specifically because ZERRIS was like almost dead and with none of his spells points left. So,
Yeah, I really appreciate the lack of hyperbole and exaggeration in that recap. Just really, really.
Tell me what was wrong with that recap.
No, nothing at all. Nothing at all. So with that, now that we're caught up there, it's time to get caught up with where CLIO has been during all of this. Now, this has not been a very long span of time.
About 2 days, give or take.
I'm sorry?
About 2 days, give or take.
2 days, give or take. So, I mean, I could see, some of this being, daily routine type stuff, maybe just kind of self-reflection, if you will. And please correct me at all where I'm wrong, but if I recall correctly, we were talking about some possible things you could be up to during this time. Now I know that was a while ago because we have been offline for a minute, but it seems the party is in a little bit of a situation right now, because they have this motivation and this drive to go out and unite the North. But as far as the next step in that journey, they don't have that sense of direction yet. Because there's more than just the 2 places in the north that they have been so far. So hopefully we can get to the bottom of that. Oh, sorry. Wasn't sure if you had said something because I noticed you were muted there.
Who?
Oh, CLIO. I'm sorry. Yeah,
Sorry, my bad.
You're good. You're good.
CLIO, what are you doing those 2 days?
Can you hear us?
CLIO? CLIO?
Oh, yeah.
What were you doing in those 2 days?
Sorry, I keep going in and out of the so couldn't really show that.
Ah, gotcha. Okay. Well. Oh, sorry. Let's see.
More or less a recap. You have
yeah.
2 days to play with. What did you do?
Yep. So, just to kind of hopefully clear up some of the confusion there from your spotty internet connection. Excuse me. We're going over what CLIO was doing during this short, about 2-day time span. Yeah.
Um, besides scouting for different supplies for this new adventure we're supposed to be going on, for getting supplies for like maybe the next city over. Cleo's just been bull looking guy, chief person from the courthouse.
Okay, so I missed part
And
of that. I missed part of
may or
that.
may not have gotten herself into some trouble.
Okay. So I had missed some of that. Just trying to make sure that I'm tracking. I did hear you say that you were going back to the courthouse before. So okay. So the courthouse then. And what was it you were looking for there? Were you just kind of poking around, or
Poking around at first, and then the big dude that was in charge that
yes,
tried to.
the deacon?
Mhm.
Okay.
She
So
talked to him.
okay. Yep. So you did manage to catch him on his way out the door. Um, excuse me. And much like the time before, almost like clockwork, the individual Carl that you met before, his wife was the one who had gone missing. He's coming in with another stack of, I, I suppose you could say, things. What is the word I'm looking for? Where quests, I suppose, the little request forms or whatever that they get, which is how you ran into Carl in the first place. Um, but he's bringing in more of those to Raj, um, who, again, doing his due diligence. It's a pretty small pile compared to what you saw before, so not a lot going on today. Um, but excuse me. This is, as you know, the Raj takes in all the things, so people sending money to little quests could potentially help give you a sense of direction if you can get Raj to sneak you one.
Yeah, so after seeing him with that, she would have gone to that first thing. Because why not? It's a stack of papers that she hasn't seen before in a courtroom that she goes to quite often.
Yeah.
So probably going to take back what she found to the group because she has no one else to talk to.
Oh, okay.
The second day would have been grabbing supplies from the next town over for the quest that she had gotten.
Gotcha. Now the quest that you were able to get from Raj is Raj knows how your mother can be and how he wasn't going to give you something extremely dangerous. Um, quite frankly, because your mother would kill him if that was the case. And he's not a fighter. He is not a violent person, so he doesn't want anything
You
to
only
do with
live
that.
once.
So what instead he does manage to give you something, where a nearby town, excuse me, about 2 days travel from here, called Winterhorn. An individual, excuse me, named Ariel Moonbluff has requested clerical services because the chief's husband has recently passed. They felt it was something that gets you out to a new place. It isn't too dangerous, but still keeps you with a safe reach, and keeps your mother's wrath far away from him. So you said you take this back to the party. You go and finish getting up the rest of the supplies that you need. So yeah, we can go ahead and start from there. It is all of your scene.
CLIO, it's only been 2 days, but it feels like months. Welcome back.
I
We have
I
acquired a
still
new
don't
super
know how to
soldier for
copy.
ZERRIS. Isn't that
That's
great?
that sounds terrifying, actually.
It'll
Where
serve
did
him well in his upcoming wars.
It's been 2 days.
Indeed.
How do you have super soldier?
Indeed. That is a bit slower than our usual timeline. We will have to work better. I have failed ZERRIS, truly.
Slower?
Indeed. It used to only take a day or two. But 2 days is the exact longest. It's above average, and we must be faster next time.
How are you doing today, CLIO?
CLIO? You're muted.
I'm doing pretty fine. I may have found something you might be interested in that I'm interested in that I want you to be interested in.
Is it the next place of conquest?
Well, something like that. It's
Excellent.
a
We shall
quest.
conquer it immediately.
Not quite.
You're right. ZERRIS requires rest.
What did you find, CLIO?
It's nothing bad. It's just a thing. Here's the paper if you want to read it. It's not bad. It's tiny. It's small. Here, like you could do it.
I feel like we're packing on a lot of tasks here. We're meant to find this elf, and then we're supposed to guide the northern kingdoms into peace, and then also now this new thing. This feels like we are overloading our plate, don't you think?
No. You usually assigned me at least 14 tasks a day.
All right, I am uncomfortable. I'm very sorry to
Sure.
hear that. Are you good?
No, my alignment is lawful.
Okay.
I have no good in me, nor evil.
NIAM, please tell me you know what I'm talking. Like, you understand what I'm saying, right?
About having
Many-
people do things?
No, like the overloading of the plate and.
I feel
Oh.
like this is actually a lower amount of work than you usually do.
Well, I think he's used to being worked like a puppy. I don't know. Something.
It's okay.
He's used to
We're
it.
all-
So, do you like doing all this work? Would be the question.
I don't know what's in. I'm gonna open the paper, and what am I looking at here?
So the paper before you is a request from the name notarized on it is from an Ariel Moonbluff for a request for clerical services in the nearby town of Winterhorn because the chief's husband has passed.
Oh, that's an easy one. Sure, absolutely, we can take care of this. Thank you very much for bringing this to my attention, CLIO. It's just clerical services, DM. It's not like anything like he's haunting them and like tormenting their children. He's not like a restless spirit
asking,
like possessing.
Now that you've said
floorboards.
it, now that you've said it,
from the paper, it just looks like they are requesting a cleric to oversee the funeral.
Cool.
So,
Cool. This motherfucker's not a ghost.
And there's, excuse me, CLIO. This would have been given to you at the time. There was 100 gold up front with the promise of a second 100 upon completion.
see, I told you it was not too much. You've taken on much more at the same time.
Yes, you are correct. I will. You may all feel free to accompany me if you wish. But this should be a quick task.
Plus, it's in the general direction we were heading, anyways. Let's go.
Yes, it'll be good to
You
get
need to
things
rest.
done along the way.
He doubted my judgment. This is why I have good ideas. I
Indeed.
do.
You have proven
It's right
yourself
there.
intelligent. You have proven yourself intelligent.
I'm insulted by that in many ways.
This means that you are more than useful to the great ZERRIS. Would you like to consider staying around?
We're good to go. We don't have anything. We've secured horses. We've secured a cart.
My guy, you have no spell slots and like 3 hit points.
Oh, that's right. We almost died. Fuck, we did combat. My bad. Yeah, we should rest. Fuck.
DM, can we just say we do a long rest at the mayor's mansion, and then we can just continue into the next scene? Don't have to go through the logistics of doing the long rest. Okay.
No. Yeah, we're not gonna waste time on that. You guys regain your hit points, your spell points.
Cool. Can I resummon my familiar?
Absolutely.
Excellent. I do that too. We are good to go now. The next day.
Yes.
Bright and early.
CLIO, actually, and another thing that I had forgotten to mention this earlier, but Raj would have told you upon leaving to just remind you to be careful because there had been some instances of things going missing on that road. Like supplies getting attacked. They don't know by who, but they just told you to be careful.
Ooh,
I'm sure it's fine and nothing to worry about, and something I should not mention at all.
Oh my god, I love it. I love it.
Okay, I feel like that might have been the part where you're like, yeah, it's fine, I'm not listening.
Can I get the name of that the person who asked for this, the clerical services, one more time?
Oh, yes, I'll go ahead and drop that in the chat.
Love it.
Make sure I'm putting this in the right. Yes. There we go.
Gotcha. Thank you
Ariel
so much.
Moonbluff.
Understood. Thank you so much.
Yep. So, with everything, did you? I had asked this before the stream, but I know you purchased a horse, so you got that now. Did you get a cart with that as well?
I think we have a cart, don't we? Because we didn't sell the other guy's cart.
Yeah, that's right.
We never sold that. That's just been sitting there. Nobody's touched it for some reason.
It's ours now.
That's right.
Reclamation of goods.
Yeah, I
There were
mean, he was the friend. That person was, enslaving me against my will. So,
there were two carts. I remember one got smashed up by the Yetis, but
yeah,
there was one that was good that made the journey. So
yeah.
yeah,
No,
okay.
I believe that was the passenger cart. So we don't have a supplies cart, but we have a passenger cart, which is what we need. So
Yeah, and I mean you could put supplies in a passenger cart. So
yeah, exactly. It just
Yeah.
has benches that take up some of the space and make it kind of awkward to fit boxes in perfectly. It's fine.
yeah, it's fine. It works.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with that, is there anything you guys want to do before you hit the road?
Nope.
I'm gonna cast augury
Augury.
as
Okay.
a ritual.
All right. What are you trying to
Hey,
get out of this?
it's augur as a ritual. We can do it while we're on the road.
It's true.
You
We
could.
absolutely can.
Let's start moving, just so we have that stated that we're moving.
For sure. For sure.
He's just in the passenger section of the cart.
No worries. Cool. Yeah. Sorry. Good. Please.
Damn it. I got the name of the lady. What town are we heading to? Corn.
Winterhorn.
Wintercorn. Winterhorn or Wintercorn?
Winterhorn.
Why
Horn.
horn? Wait, okay.
Horn.
Winter.
You know,
Horn. Not corn.
like the horn of a white dragon.
One word.
Excellent.
In case you're wondering.
Thank you so much.
Yep.
Yeah.
Winterhorn.
Using augury. Where is the spell description? I'm good at D&D, I swear to God.
He's one of the best people at D&D 5e.
Alright.
That's not sarcasm. He's actually really good.
He is really good.
Casting Gemlight and 60 rolls. About the results of a specific course of action that you plan on to take within the next 30 minutes. I'm gonna ask the bones, the fucking, the people, the sticks, the rocks, consult the rocks about if Winterhorn is, if I should pursue spreading peace to Winterhorn.
Okay. And would you mind dropping the description for that? Because I remember there were like 3 different outcomes that we could get
absolutely.
from this. I want to make sure I give you the right info.
Yeah, absolutely. Making noises with my mouth. There we go.
The sound effects help.
It is in the thing. For the viewers, by casting gem inlaid sticks, rolling dragon bones, laying out ornate cards, or employing some other divining tool, you receive an omen from an otherworldly entity about the results of a specific course of action you plan to take within the next 30 minutes. The DM chooses from the following possible omens: wheel for good results, woe for bad results, wheel and woe for both good and bad results, or nothing for results that aren't especially good or bad.
Okay. Yep, and just so everybody's aware, the spell only takes into account the present moment. So if anything happens to kind of throw things out of whack, essentially changing the course, it's just a look at it right now. Excuse me. And so for this one, I feel like wheel and woe is appropriate here.
No, I'm about to talk to you about the rocks.
The rocks? Why?
The rocks have spoken, and they said that
Oh, no.
it's not. I'm not crazy.
What did the lovely rocks say this time?
I love the druid not trusting the rocks. I love the druid not trusting the rocks.
The rocks said that it is both good and bad to spread the peace to Winterhorn, as we have done in the previous town. Now, I don't know what exactly that means, good and bad. I feel as if
You're on a path to go take over another town?
I just want to pursue good and pursue the structure and peace. The first reading I gave, when I asked the question, so that it would be good to unite the northern kingdoms under a proper, peaceful banner. But why is this different? What makes Winterhorn different?
Okay. You want to unite the northern kingdoms under a peaceful banner. So that means someone has to be in charge of this peaceful banner. Are you
Yes.
ready to accept that responsibility?
Because of the first reading, it leads me to believe that there is a great doom that would fall on the North if we did not pursue this course of action. But I don't know what makes Winterhorn different. I don't know if yes, RA-THERIS. You can just speak. You don't have to raise your hand. It's okay.
That was my head, but okay.
I apologize.
If I may, we are going there to consecrate the funeral of the chief's husband, yes?
Yes.
The chief's husband who summoned us. The chief who summoned us for her husband who died. And your question was whether or not you should bring them under. And it would be both good and bad.
Was it the chief, or I just have the name? I didn't catch if it was a leadership person.
Yes, and I did forget to specify that. This was not a request from the chief, this was a request from the town speaker.
Gotcha. Town speaker.
Still, it's the chief's husband. The reason we're going is because the chief's husband is dead. It's bad because they summoned us.
Gotcha.
It's bad for that. That's where the wheel comes in. Or that's where the woe comes in. The wheel comes in because they are seeing your light. They will be apprehensive. Several of them will need to die in order to make this happen.
Why is death the first thing for you?
It's not. They are likely to fight back as they summoned a invader to them.
Why are you wait, okay. They summoned an invader. Why do you say that? We're not trying to invade anybody. We're taking a body back where it belongs. Why does that lead to summoning an invader and death?
Because the option is to take over. Control. Invasion.
Granted,
Usurpation. It is bad for them from their perspective, but good from ours.
The spell. I appreciate both your counsel. I will consult the rocks again when we arrive for some further clarification.
I'm gonna consult my own rights. I'm gonna shake the rocks out of people's heads.
Right. So who's driving the wagon?
Oh,
I presumed the druid.
There's two of those.
I want to do it. Can I do it? Can I do it?
I would
Can I
imagine
drive it? Can I?
CLIO probably would have been best while we were having the conversation. Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't take a lot to drive a cart and
No,
talk.
and she is a bit more familiar, at least with the general locale, than many of
True.
you are. So.
True, that's fair.
Excuse me.
All right.
Well, the end of the first.
You guys put your life in my hands.
Indeed,
The end
we
of the
did.
first day comes to a close with little incident. You saw maybe some wolves off in the distance, but they kept their distance. Decided going after a horse and a whole caravan right now was not really in their interest. So, but that was it. And here we are. The sun is beginning to set.
Excellent. I got nothing. You guys press. I don't know. I'm playing Scry.
Okay, fine. We set up a fire and tent. It's the frozen north. It's mostly dead, barren wasteland, right? Up here, or is it like
This part? Yes.
this part is barren waste? Got it. Okay, so we'll set up a tent. There's no obvious firewood, so our best option is to either burn something we had with us, which I imagine since CLIO went and bought supplies, for a trip, and she actually knows how to move around up here because she does that a lot. She acquired either firewood or some oil to burn, or candles or something to keep us warm. Then,
That makes sense.
set up the tents. Set up ZERRIS' tent first. Then everybody else's. I don't imagine it's wise to sleep under the stars when up in the north. And then we will settle in for a long rest. NIAM, I believe you're taking 2 shifts, correct? Is that a yes? You didn't come through.
Yes,
Okay, cool.
I got this.
Cool. If you
What
only
kind of
want to take,
dr-
yeah.
I got it.
Okay. Do you taking all the shifts or just 2? Because I know it can be kind of annoying to take a shift while you're in the middle of your meditation.
I have a question as a player.
Yes.
I don't remember because my memory is that of a goldfish. How is Niam able to take all shifts? I feel like we went over this.
She's an
I don't
elf.
remember.
She's an elf.
I'm a fool and a charlatan. I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine. It has been too long, Gilbert.
It has been almost 2 months, so
Right. I can do that because I don't need as much sleep.
yeah, you don't sleep, period.
Listen.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, so if she's taking all the shifts, then we can rest for the evening. DM, given that we have our various guard shifts, would you allow us? Apparently, this is something that people do. If none of us are taking our guard shift, can we do this and can we knock this out in 6 hours and keep traveling? Because a long rest counts as 2 hour counts a 2 hour guard shift in that 8 hours.
It does.
So if
and
none
it's
of us are
like-
taking our guard shift, and Naomi only needs the 4 hours, and she's conscious and cognizant the entire time, can we knock this out in 6 hours and keep moving?
Yeah. So if I'm recalling correctly, the extra 2 hours could be a guard shift or light activity. So if you guys are just chilling in the back of the caravan, then that could meet the requirements for the light activity. And I
Cool.
don't see a problem with that.
Cool. So Naim's doing the entire guard shift, then also driving for the first 2 hours.
Got this.
Oh my god.
Okay, cool. Let's do this. Turns into puddle. Immediately falls asleep. just like awesome.
Did you turn into a puddle in front of the new person? Has she ever seen you puddle before?
Cleo's seen
Yeah,
RA-THERIS
Cleo's
puddle.
seen RA-THERIS in his true form.
She took it
Okay.
kind of well,
Okay.
actually, if I remember correctly.
You get a lot.
I have?
Yeah, you've seen him in his real form.
Are you sure?
I don't remember that actually.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
came
either.
over.
I
You
could be
came over.
misremembering. Early
No.
onset Alzheimer's
She came
is
over
a real
with
bitch.
the kids in the morning at one point.
That's right.
I hadn't already cast by that time, and we kind of forgot I hadn't cast
Yeah.
because I remembered to cast when I left. So she has seen. She just didn't acknowledge it.
Well, I
She
mean,
just
you guys have run into some weird characters in Nigh Point, so quite a few people come through
So,
there.
she may or may not have thought that you were a completely different person.
probably.
So upon seeing you turn into a puddle, she would have been screaming out of her mind.
I love it.
Cleo,
Uh,
Cleo, please. Cleo, we're trying to sleep, please.
That's what he does.
Cleo.
It's very normal. Just
Cleo,
he's ooze.
I
He's ooze.
mean this with all of the empathy I can muster. I'm gonna need you to get on board and chill the fuck out. Okay? This is just gonna be the way it is. And he's harmless, alright? He's not even really liquid. You could cuddle with the puddle if you so wish. I might use him as a pillow later tonight. But for the time being, it has been a long day of travel. I need you to chill the fuck out. Can you do that for me, please? I
I
appreciate it.
choose to believe that he's like memory foam.
If you want to talk about it tomorrow, or have an existential crisis quietly, and then have some discussion about it tomorrow, that'd be fine. But I am exhausted and I'm stressed about the rocks, and I need you to chill the fuck out. Can you do that for me, please? Thank you, CLIO. Good night. And I will rest my head in the puddle.
Just like memory foam. Just
It's
like
like-
memory foam.
But you can't
Cool
decide if you
memory
want
foam
the-
too. It's like one of the best pillows you've ever had.
Oh man.
Mm,
I feel
Mhm.
like this would be a mix between memory foam and a waterbed.
So the way I envision it, it's like or one of those gel mattresses that they have now. Like
Oh,
that
yeah,
sort of
that's
thing.
what
Like
I
it's
think.
it because my outer layer is semi-solid. I have a layer of skin basically. I just puncture it to put things inside me. So the way I see it is, without my permission, it's solid, and for him, it's like a gel pillow at this point.
Huh.
Because I can't shape myself when I'm like this. I have to become sphere. That's the rule. When I'm like this, I'm sphere.
Ah,
So, yeah.
Yeah,
all
she's
right.
just gonna silently freak out until she manages to fall asleep. Completely staying away from the puddle.
I don't blame you.
Well, aside from some sounds that you would expect to hear throughout the night, maybe some wolves howling in the distance, um, some way off calls of yetis grunting back and forth at each other. The night passes without incident, and much like you had all intended, you're able to wake up early, the first sign of dawn, and continue your journey.
Yes. Excellent. Travel.
Is Cleo still driving the caravan for the most part, or
Yep.
She would be able to after NIAM succeeded or finished for us because light activity and doing a
Right.
skill check doesn't count as light activity if I recall correctly.
Yeah, I don't recall, but
And I want to say driving a caravan can invoke a skill check, so it's probably best if Cleo doesn't.
fair enough. Well, yeah, no incident though. Able to get started on the journey, and then Cleo, you're able to take over and swap out NIAM when that time comes. That is about halfway through the second day when Cleo, at this point, you would recognize another caravan. Um, excuse me, a carriage, not unlike the one that you're driving. A little, roughly the same size, really. Excuse me. There's an individual driving this, and as the caravan gets closer, they're not set to collide, but more just pass each other. Um, and you can see that this individual here, he the individual driving the cart, as it gets closer, you're able to notice something is different with his left hand. Um, Notably, that it almost looks as if it's not there. It's and you're able to see a sort of crude cloth bandaging, almost as if it was maybe a ripped sack or a piece of clothing. It was kind of just wrapped around and secured with a belt, and it is pretty heavily saturated with blood. But he doesn't appear to be paying it any mind, and or at the very least, he's he's not paying too much attention to you.
I shall not interact at all.
Okay. You're
Just
gonna
kind of nudge the person next to me, whoever that may be. Kind of gesture, but other than that, ain't my business.
okay.
Listen, listen. I have one rule to follow when I travel, and it has not failed me yet. Don't talk to anybody.
Pretty good rule, honestly.
It's the
I mean-
only one that my dad ever told me without fail. The other ones, well,
It's the only one you listen to.
Fair enough. So the caravans get side by side and continue on their way. Apparently, we're gonna have to do a Hot Springs episode at some point.
I
You
feel
know,
like we missed a plot scene there, but alright, let's keep going.
I'm
Don't
sure-
worry, don't
I'm
worry.
sure
They were
nothing-
supposed to warn us about the thing that's going to
Probably.
attack us later down the line. There's going to be werewolves. It's going to happen.
Who could have
I'm
foreseen
sure
this?
nothing bad will come of it.
Listen.
I'm sure
listen.
it's fine.
There are no bad
Probably.
decisions in D&D.
Sure.
That's
Except for-
debatable.
Except for playing Tomb of Horrors. That's the only one.
I don't know.
It's
We'll
just
stick it to it, though.
It's just a made up game. It's just a make believe game. It's fine. Worst case scenario, we all die. And then Colder Than a Twitch continues with Maris, Iris, Liam, and Theo.
Very original. Excuse me. So the rest of this day is able to go pretty much without incident, and towards the end of the travel day, actually, you're able to. You can see that you are coming up on the town of rather village, as it's considerably smaller than. Excuse me, 9 Point, where you just left. The village of Winterhorn. Now, the houses here, from what you can see, are quite different in their construction. They're more like huts, really, that you see. Excuse me. Just scattered throughout the village here. And at the moment, there's only smoke coming from one of the chimneys, or little smokestack, as it were, in the village, and the rest, there doesn't really seem to be any activity.
Well, let's roll up in there, make a big scene, demand we sleep in some guy's bed.
So, okay, yeah, where to first?
ZERRIS is in charge.
I don't want to be in charge anymore.
It's your flag. You've got to be in charge.
Did the
Yeah,
did the
you're
note dictate where the woman would be, or where?
It was not very specific. It told you that it was the town seer.
Okay.
Okay. But it didn't really have a map saying that, like, here's their house.
Fair. Well, if I know anything, I know that information passes through inns and taverns. So, to the tavern.
You're assuming a small village like this has some such a thing?
If I know anything about people, it's that they will congregate and drink.
Yeah.
Their houses are made of straw. They likely do that at their houses.
I doubt it. There's got to be some kind of tavern. Every town has a tavern, no matter how
Even if
big
it's
it
just
is.
like
If there's 5 people, there's a tavern.
It's like priority number 1. They don't even have a mayor before they have a tavern. God damn it. Is there a tavern? I'm so sorry.
So there is a small hut that looks like it could be a tavern, but when you try to go inside, the door is locked, and there's no lights coming from the inside.
To the smoke!
To the smoke.
Is the only active hut.
To the smoke.
So,
Please tell me it's coming from a ship that they turned upside down and made into a town hall or something.
so it is not.
Darn it.
But so if you were to look at this village from above, there was not much of a fence around this place. It was pretty easy for you to just walk right in. But basically on two ends of the house, there's like two houses that kind of sit just outside of the fence. So it's kind of a weird, like a big circle where mostly everybody is, and then two houses kind of on the outside. This one of these houses on the outside being the one with smoke coming from it. Excuse me.
To that one.
Yeah.
It's the only sign of life in this village.
Yeah. And I am going to be dropping a picture in the chat. Excuse me, once I can get that working. Oh, there we go. Let's see. Hopefully this works. So as you guys are, is that it? Hopefully that loads.
You can click on and see it. I see
okay.
it.
Okay, cool. So you are able to click on that.
Yeah.
So as you open up, or excuse me, as you knock on the door, it takes a moment. But you can definitely hear some rummaging coming from within. Excuse me. And eventually, the door opens, and you smell the food that's cooking inside, and it's home baked goods for sure. Some like definitely a lot of like you can smell some stews brewing, things like that. The aroma of the different things used in the soup broth or the stew broth rather, that's just kind of filling the air. And standing in front of you is a small halfling woman. Her hair is done up. It's gray hair, and it's done in this very large, almost like a bun, I would say, but the bun itself is larger than her head. Oh, hello. Are you you're the ones who answered the letter?
Yes, hello.
Oh, okay. Please come in.
I didn't get to state it, but I cast Disguise Self on myself.
Okay.
If that's okay.
That's fine.
Okay, cool.
Oh yeah, please come in. Get yourself comfortable.
He seems nice.
She talks like a child. Is this a child?
Not sure if I said this already, but it is a halfling. I think I said that, but
You did say that.
okay.
But
okay,
I
cool.
don't know humanoids.
Fair enough.
There's
Okay.
only one humanoid I can easily recognize.
3 guesses on who that is.
First two don't count.
Oh, I am Ariel Moonbuff. I didn't expect it to be so many of you.
Yes.
Oh, that's terrific. Do you want anything to drink?
No, thank you. That won't be necessary.
Okay.
But you enjoy drinking.
Oh, what kind of drink do you want? I guess.
I'm okay. Thank you though.
Get him something with alcohol.
Oh my lord.
Something with
Beer,
alcohol.
please.
Oh my
He
God.
enjoys his beer.
What's happening?
I think I have some beer. Does anybody else want some beer?
Nope.
No?
Thank you.
This one also wants beer. I say putting my hand on CLIO.
Go and just start like basically putting together a tray with a pitcher, and there's some drinks on there, and she's just gonna set that on the table. And I would say almost like organized chaos in here. You can tell she's been working probably all day preparing almost what looks like a feast worth of food. So there's baked bread on the counter, freshly baked bread on the counter. There's vegetables that are cut up.
Excellent. We have both solid and liquid bread available to us.
Solid and liquid bread.
I hate liquid bread. I don't like that at all.
But you like beer.
Oh,
Yep.
What? Okay.
I will then pour everybody a glass of beer.
Pass.
oh, I'm so glad there's so many of you. Oh, this is terrific. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't get any of your names.
This is Lord ZERRIS,
Okay.
Oh,
Master of
I-
Night.
No. Oh.
I didn't realize they were sending nobility to help.
Um.
Tell them I'm wrong.
Not a lord.
He
Just-
is Lord
just-
Mayor.
Just okay. You know what?
And
That
she's
is
gonna,
fair.
Like do a little curtsy, kind of.
Give a bow. Yes. Lord Mayor of
Nobility
Night
does
Point.
not bow, Lord ZERRIS.
Oh, okay. Lord Mayor of Night Point recently instated it's not important. The important
He's
bit
so
is
humble.
is that I am a cleric and that is what you requested.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful.
And we are his retinue.
Oh, this is wonderful. Now, oh, okay. So the funeral is not going to be until tomorrow evening, like sunset. But I gotta finish preparing the feast.
Preparing
What?
the feast.
Preparing the feast. Yes. There's one tiny little problem, and that is that I am little. So I don't have any elk for the feast.
I see. Okay.
But they're in the forest, but I can't get them.
Say no more. Anything you need for preparations. Might I ask? This is a tradition amongst your town. Just a funeral
Yes.
feast. Understood.
Yes. Oh yes, of course. But it's a celebration of their life,
I just
and the elk is the highest honor.
understood. Well, yes. I would certainly not want your traditions to be ignored, especially during the funeral rites themselves. So we certainly can help with acquiring the
Oh,
meal.
that's terrific. That's terrific. And of course, I will definitely pay you more for that because I realized that was not in the original.
There's no trouble. It's
ZERRIS, if you are doing a service, you shall be paid.
For the time being, it's not we'll discuss it later. It's not a matter for conversation now. Take the time you need, and
Oh, that's wonderful.
Did you need any help with the feast at all? I'm CLIO, by the way.
Oh, a pleasure to meet you, Cleo. No, I can prepare the food. I prepared most of the food already. I don't have the elk meat to put in the stew.
Okay.
This is NIAM as well.
Pleasure to meet you, Naya.
Would you happen to
Okay,
go ahead? Would you happen to know if there's any guest quarters or just the layout of the town. We're still kind of getting our bearings here.
I, there's, this is a small town. There's not a lot. We don't get a lot of visitors. Um, mm, we we've got a place where you can go and get some drinks, but I think they're closed right now.
Not a problem.
Everybody's kind of out doing the preparations for the funeral tomorrow.
I see. I see.
Yeah,
Understood. We'll find our own accommodations. Is there anything strange we should know about in Winterhorn? Any other further traditions or practices that we should observe when hunting for this animal?
strange. Is there a strange way to hunt an elk?
For instance, do you have some requirement of the beast's head must be intact, or do you have some requirements in how we should conduct ourselves in matters of mourning? Like, is it something what along the lines of one must not look others in the eyes for 3 days after the death? One must not stow fire until the feast is been prepared.
Okay, yeah, some of those are strange. Uh, so, well, first, as far as the elk goes, um, like I said, is very sacred, very high honor, so very honorable death. So no, eh, eh, not too messy.
Not too messy. Do you have any? Is there any
Uh,
reservations about magic being used to kill the beast?
mm, well, I think necromancy might taint the meat a little bit, so let's not do that.
It's like my only attack cantrip, motherfucker.
Same.
This little
Well,
fucking.
I got. It's fine. We'll be fine. I got stuff aside from inflict wounds. It's fine. This will be fine.
Yeah.
Plus, it's an elk. I don't think inflict wounds would be necessary for an elk. I hope not. I don't know. I
Hey man,
haven't seen their sandblocks in a while.
We might just need inflict wounds to kill it. All right, so no necromancy to be done. Got it.
Yeah.
Where is the body being kept in the meantime, if you don't mind me asking?
So it is currently there's preparation ceremonies being done out in the forest right now. This is primarily a druidic society. So they're doing their preparations for the funeral, but it should be returned in the morning.
Understood. We
And the ceremony will be held in the town center.
perfect. We are CLIO and NIAM are both druids. They should be perfect to head up this. I bow and I bow very deeply to NIAM and CLIO. I appreciate both of you being subject matter experts, and I concede to greater wisdom.
Lord ZERRIS, they asked for a ceremony to be committed. I do not believe druids can do this.
Well, yes, that's what I'm here for. But as far as like druidic practices, traditions, things like that, I'll awkward bow once more.
You should not bow to those marked.
Just gonna kind of sneak a look at Niam and just kind of look back at Sarah. It's like, oh, okay.
Hi.
Thank you so much. We will be back very soon. Just gonna go ahead and start getting that elk for you.
Thank you.
Guys, can I have a word outside?
Yes, let's go hunt
Or
elk.
outside.
Yeah.
Let us go
Let's
kill
go
a
hunt
beast.
elk.
Let us go slaughter animals.
with respect and dignity, and I'll give him
Yeah.
a bow and then
We will
depart.
slaughter them with druidic magic, of course. They will become wolves and hunt the elk.
Don't listen to anything he has to say. Thank you, we'll be back. Bye! Just kind of pushed them out the door.
All right.
Yeah,
And
I'll
you're
get
able to
pushed
pass
out the
and
door.
she's waving. And just... Oh. And the door closes.
What?
What?
That was the most awkward, okay, I'm still kind of reeling from last night, but I'm gonna put that aside for a minute.
Are you not a druid?
Ceremonial... Okay, I'm very uncomfy. So, okay,
I just
sure.
realized that
Does
Niam
anyone have any type of weapons or
we don't need
hunting
weapons.
materials at
We don't need
all?
We have lots of
those aren't
weapons.
those aren't needed.
Okay.
As said, you and Niam can turn into wolves and hunt the beasts.
That is true, actually.
I wield my faith as a weapon in times of great need.
I wield my mastery of the weave as Lord ZERRIS taught me to.
That was kind of wholesome. I don't know how to respond to that. You are
Welcome
still
to my
very much
world.
understood. Okay, how do you want to proceed with this? Because my thoughts are elk first, scope out body afterwards, because that kind of makes things a little cleaner.
Why are we scoping out the body?
That's
Do
what
we-
we came here to do, to look at it and then do funeral rites.
Yes, that won't happen until tomorrow.
Well, clearly he says that there's rocks saying that there's things that's wrong here, and if we don't keep looking out for things, I'm pretty sure we're not going to be in a situation that we
you
want to be
suspect-
in.
You suspect that the ceremony will happen too late and that it will rise as a zombie and will need to be put down.
No.
Oh my
I should
God.
consult the rocks, and I'm gonna head over to the car.
You know,
While
while
he is
he's
consulting
very
the rocks,
concerned.
could
while
you two
he's
go turn into
consulting
wolves?
rocks, let's go find an elk. I don't want to be here
Yeah.
when he finds out what the rocks are saying this time.
Me neither.
You guys gonna do the wolf plan? Because that's actually a really good plan.
RA-THERIS,
Yes.
do what you do and keep guard of ZERRIS, I guess.
Understood. I shall
We're
do
gonna go.
as I do and keep guard of ZERRIS.
Okay.
Considers massacring everybody in the town to keep ZERRIS safe. Remember, ZERRIS said not to do that. Remember, ZERRIS said not to do that at Nigh Point. Consider the options of on the logistics on how to do that. Decides against it as ZERRIS in his current more pacifistic nature may very well take offense to it.
Is this safer for everyone as a group hunting trip? I'm really not sure anymore.
I don't know. I'm pulling rocks. If they choose to go get the elk
No one
without me,
knows.
that's perfectly fine. I'll catch up to them later.
I'll stay
He's
with
gonna
ZERRIS.
go study rocks. He's gonna guard ZERRIS. We're gonna go get a deer, elk, something.
Okay.
I do
It'll
suspect
be
that
fine.
just even at least one of you does turn into the wolf. They get advantage on the perception checks to hunt. So like it's
Oh,
excuse me,
please.
probably in your
Yes.
best interest.
I would like to turn into a wolf, please.
Okay. And CLIO, anything from you?
ZERRIS, we need to take a 2-level dip into druid, so we can also turn into wolves.
Nah.
I'm currently being empty-headed right now, trying to figure this out. I'm sorry. Give me like 2 seconds.
Yeah, you're fine. Take the time you need.
Yay, trying something new in front of a live stream.
You're fine. No pressure.
I can do that. I can do the thing.
Yeah.
Um,
You should have a nice little selection to choose from. I forget exactly what you have, but
Should Depending on
I
the
have
type
a
of
link.
druid.
I have a link for you if you
Oh.
need. If you need.
Yeah. So, for both of our druids here, I have it set up in Roll20 right now, where all of their wild shapes are already set up as separate character sheets as little stat blocks for their things.
So this is a learning curve for me, but I'm just
Totally fine.
is I feel very embarrassed.
No
I
worries.
don't
What's up?
actually know how to do. I just
You just do it.
You just pick one
just
and you do it.
Yeah, you just pick one and
Yeah.
you become one. For a number of hours equal to half your druid level, rounded down, and you can do it a number of times. You can do it 2 times per short or long rest. So, presuming you're a level 4 druid, because I don't know if you multiclass into anything else, you can do it for 2 hours twice a day. Considering you have another wolf with you, your hunting should not take 2 hours. But if it does, then
I don't.
it'll.
Ooh, I just realized I didn't have
uh
a wolf set up for you yet. I apologize for that.
yeah, I don't have a wolf, but I like Arctic Fox. Let's go with that one.
Arctic fox. All right, that works.
Mm,
Well,
yeah, it's fine. You're
it,
hunting
it,
a big beast.
Fine, it's fine. It'll all be fine.
yeah, should be
Okay.
fun. And you do have another wild shape in you, so you can turn into something bigger when you find it.
Yeah, you can just do that. It's a power you get innately.
There is also let me double check here. Well, that one. Let me see.
This might sound like a dumb question.
Mhm. What's that?
What's a mastiff?
It's a type of dog.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's a good sized dog.
Yeah, it's one of the home defense dogs, if I recall correctly.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a pretty
Yeah,
good
in
sized
that
dog.
case, I'll just wait a minute.
Okay. Just gonna kind of follow behind for now, like follow NIAM.
No, I think she's
Or
realizing something.
oh, okay.
I think that was an out of character. Wait a minute, hold on.
Oh, gotcha.
Sorry, I think out loud. Yeah,
Yes, she
No
does.
worries. No worries.
What's this?
can I follow behind her as a bear? I
Yeah,
feel like that would work.
that would definitely work.
I think the walking speed is a bit slower, but if they
Well, I think bears get because wolves have 50, bears have 40, so you'd be a short distance behind, but it would not be hard for you to keep up.
do wolves have 40? Do wolves have 50? Or do they have 40?
I
Because I know
There it is.
most deers are faster than wolves.
mm,
Might actually both have 40. Because I remember I lost a deer one time because its movement speed was faster than mine.
okay.
Yep, bear final answer.
All right.
Right.
Bear you are then. So you guys set out. If both of you would like to make some perception checks to kind of help, they are smell based. So if your form grants you advantage on that, then you have advantage.
I have an advantage on hearing and smell.
Nice.
Just hearing. Wait, no. Can hearing and smell. Okay, same thing.
Cool. Yeah, then go ahead and make those perception checks with advantage.
It's been too long, I forgot what I'm doing.
Should just need to click the little thing that says perception on the sheet.
I
Or
did.
with
I don't know where it went though.
Yep. It went into the chat, and it already factored in advantage for you. All right. Okay. Yep. So I'm seeing a 13 and a 17 here. That's definitely enough to get you guys going in the right direction. CLIO, with the 17, you're the one who picks up the scent, and you're able to signal to NIAM, and you guys are on the right track. It's going to take you a little bit of time to get there, though, because it is further away. So in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and see what the rocks have to say. What is it you're trying to get out here, ZERRIS?
Same question as the last time, I suppose. Is it advantageous to bring this town into the same peace that we brought to Night Point to help unite the northern kingdoms?
Okay, so with the same piece here, just so I'm understanding the question, are you talking about essentially usurping the leadership in the same way that you did?
Not exactly usurping. So bringing, having them united. So not exactly usurpation, but just acknowledging
changing where they send their taxes.
Yeah, kind of. So how far? Like, I hate that. So essentially,
There are two.
we're a day's ride away from Night Point, correct?
About 2 days.
Okay, so this would essentially just be like, much like Rome. This would be a principality of Night Point.
I don't think you could go as far as to say principality, just a village under the mayor, under the control of the mayor of Night Point.
Fair, absolutely.
Kind of like feudalism works.
Yeah. Yup, that.
Okay. So you go through and you do the ritual. And this time... Oh, wait, what is it? Oh, okay, there was a little paragraph there at the end that does not apply here. Cool. So this time the results come back, whoa.
Okay. Fuck. RA-THERIS, this village must remain free.
Why?
The rocks state that this should not be a part of the northern kingdoms. The rocks state that this should not be a part of the northern kingdoms that we unite. I know what you're thinking. No, that's not what it means. I'm
Understood.
sure. I'm positive. Stop. I'm positive that's not what it means.
ZERRIS, with what you just said, there are only two logical conclusions. One, that they must be destroyed, and that if we bring them under us, they will lead to corruption. Given the knowledge of what they are doing to the body, and now they are a presumably druidic society, druids fight against aspects of civilization. As such, the only reason that they are real is because they will be a detriment to the civilization. Therefore, the only option is to eradicate them, or the second option is to create a reservation for druids in this location.
I would need to investigate further to see if there are any signs that they would be a detriment to the peace that we're bringing to the north before I am comfortable condemning these people to be wiped out. Not the people the town itself. We would bring the people to Night Point, of course. I feel like that would be reasonable.
But a civilization is made of its people. To bring them to Night Point would be to allow the same infection to happen. Our only option, if we were to convert or commence on such a plan of action, would be to eliminate them completely, destroy their techs, destroy their village, make it so as if it was never here, and then possibly resettle the area with our own people.
I hear you, and I appreciate your counsel. Let's investigate and see if they would be bad seeds in the garden.
Agreed. Let us go investigate the ritual they are performing now upon the body.
You're gonna go and barge in on a druidic ritual on people who don't know you?
I didn't say I was gonna barge in.
Oh, God.
We
The wording there just seemed concerning.
One, slime, natural creature, into the world's not ecosystem, the world's immune system. That's what I am. They're probably not going to attack me innately. 2, they don't have to know that I'm related to any of this. Slime versus tall brown Egyptian man.
Do we think that CLIO and NIAM they're marked. We can check on them, can't we? One of them is marked. Isn't NIAM marked?
NIAM is. CLIO refused the mark. I can of course do so if you desire.
Let's ping NIAM and see how they're getting about. I don't want them to be caught off guard in the wilderness and need our aid and not have us around.
Understood. I'm just gonna,
Ping.
tentacle out and then ping, 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 ping in the general direction of the forest. Because you said it was all rocklands where we came from. So we didn't come from the forest. So it's got to be like on the edge of the forest. So, it's ping, 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 ping.
Your ping is able to get through.
Cool. So, Niam, at some point you just hear ping.
Can I answer a ping in Wolf?
Oh, yeah, it's telepathic, so you're able to.
What?
ZERRIS has come to the conclusion that the town will be an infectious seed.
Oh, no.
What?
ZERRIS has come to the conclusion that the town will be an infectious seed upon the empire he seeks to build.
An infectious seed on the What?
As such, we are requesting that you investigate the location of the chief to ensure that it does not to ensure that they are not secretly demon worshippers.
I love that literally none of this is what we talked about.
Oh.
You want me to go investigate for demon worshippers? I'm hunting food currently.
Very well. Then we will do so.
I'll do it. You see demons everywhere. Never mind.
Your instructions will be augmented. Be careful. There might be demons afoot.
I'm gonna augment you. I'm going to turn you into a toadstool.
I have never been a fungus before.
I'm gonna make you a fungus.
At least I will be a fun guy.
So I'm supposed to go investigate the chief's house? Where am I investigating? No, where am I investigating?
There are druids there. We do not know the exact location of the druids. If you come across them, keep note. If you do not, then it is acceptable losses. But we anticipate that this village will need to be sacked.
Sacked?
Turning.
Indeed.
Well, are we terminating the whole village?
They are a blight.
Hey, the rocks told him this?
The rocks, yes, the rocks instructed him that they would that, in his words, it would that this village would be a detriment to life outside of it if it was brought under him.
Rocks say people bad, so we kill all the bad people. We're listening to rocks. Why?
You are a druid. Do you not know the magic of rocks?
I don't talk to rocks, dude.
Interesting. Noted. Bones?
I'm going. I'm looking for druids now to find out if they're demons. Is that what you're telling me to do?
Continue with your hunt. If you come across anything, monitor and return the information. Your ability to speak their language will allow you to listen in on their rituals better than I could.
Got it. Okay.
Though we will need to sack the town, likely.
We'll get to that later.
Understood. I do not anticipate we'll sack the town tonight. We still have to perform the assigned duties and collect the reward. Then their destruction will be at hand.
Right. Okay. Okay. Bye.
Goodbye.
Was,
Please
sort of
request that
not
CLIO Please request that CLIO also acquires my mark, so that I may speak to her as well.
Bye.
Goodbye.
How'd it go,
All
RA-THERIS?
CLIO hears is growling.
And it went well. If they see the druids, they will take note of them and inform us of what happens. Their ability to speak the druidic language will be most useful in this regard.
Excellent.
Additionally, I informed them that the town may need to be destroyed.
What?
I informed them the town may need to be destroyed, as you requested.
NIAM's gonna yell at me.
Cleo's hackles are now raised, and she's looking at everything like, okay, apparently we're about to get attacked or something.
Oh my god! It is an obvious requirement based off what you said. They must not be brought in.
NIAM's gonna yell at me.
Well, at least she's not going to attempt to kill you. Then we'd have to kill her.
I hope their hunt is going well at the very least.
I didn't ask. Ping, 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 ping.
What?
ZERRIS wants to know if the hunt is going well at least.
It's going splendidly.
The hunt is going splendidly, sir. They are truly masters of the hunt.
Perfect. Let's catch up with them, and then we can group up and do our deeds.
Understood.
Now
We will
for
catch
you
up.
two,
We will catch up with you shortly, so we can do the deeds as they're required.
What were you saying, David?
I was going to say, you two having a slower movement speed, it's going to take you some time to get caught up.
Yes, but at least we're not lost.
That is true.
Because I can ping her.
Yep. And the bear and the wolf tracks are pretty apparent.
You're assuming we have enough survival to even notice that.
Fair, but they're not hidden tracks. So.
Well, not hidden tracks. You're also assuming we have enough survival to notice that these are their tracks and that these are a bear and a wolf's tracks. Like, you're making assumptions there that I can't follow up on there.
Fair enough. But regardless, you are able, through your communication means, be able to keep up with them. At least in the sense of direction. Excuse me. And CLIO and NIAM, both of you, you're able to track down the elks and find a sort of watering hole that they have gathered around. And they have not noticed you yet. But with, our I don't know if the term zealot and unreliable narrator are not too far behind. Did you want to wait for them to catch up with you, or are you going to make a move beforehand?
I vote we just take down an elk. Let's get this over with.
All right, we're gonna work on getting this over with then. So I'm gonna go ahead and on roll 20, gonna move you guys over there. I've already dropped some tokens down there, so feel free to set yourselves up wherever you would like. You notice that there are 3 elk here altogether, 2 regular ones and 1 giant one.
Let's get the big one.
Giant elk. Let's go for the giant elk. Why can I
Alright.
not see the elk? Oh, there they are.
Oh, yep. And then I placed your tokens down at the bottom of the screen, but as I said earlier, that was just to put you on the map. So feel free to place them wherever you would be. With the sense of smell that you guys have here, you have noticed them well before they could have noticed you. So you do have the element of surprise on your side.
Your Cleo's still a giant bear.
CLIO is still a bear.
Awesome. So we cannot speak to each other.
I mean, you can gesture.
You could gesture.
You know, like get down like you're in stealth mode.
I have
Being
a
in
dumb,
stealth.
out of character question.
Well, I've got an answer for you.
I
Hopefully it's
appreciate
helpful.
it. If they're both animals, is there like a shared like beast speech, or is there like
One
a...
could argue druidic would still work between druids. One could make that argument that druid, because it's very specifically an animalistic sounding language,
Yeah, they
that it could still work in some degree between the two of them. And it might even have been designed to work that way. I know in earlier editions there was something about that, but I can't remember exactly what it said. But that's just a suggestion. One can make the argument that druidic works.
I could see maybe not like perfect communication, but well enough to be understood.
Yeah, like,
between the two.
get down, or just basic words like, instead of, we should go and stealth on them so we can attack them. Stealth now. Something like that.
Sure. I could see effective enough communication to get the point across. Excuse me. All right. Let me see. Yeah. So where did you want to set your tokens for this one? Yeah, you guys have free range to be able to click and drag them wherever you'd like. So
I would like to move around the outer edge. I'm assuming and correct me if I'm wrong, I'm assuming having hunted this way before, I'm going to know a far enough distance to stay away while moving closer before they catch the scent of a bear or the wolf.
yep, definitely. I could definitely see that. So yeah, and like I said, you don't have to start from the point where you are on the map currently. You can just we can say if you're coming from the top, that's totally fine. Coming from either side. So however you want to set up.
I would like to be over here by like hidden in these bushy thingies.
Yep, totally fine. And for you, Cleo?
Not being able to speak to her very well, Cleo would kind of see her moving and just kind of mirror her on the opposite. So
Right. Yeah, if you want to go ahead and set yourself there. Let me see.
sorry, I'm trying to.
You're fine.
Move the token. My computer is glitching.
Oh, gotcha. No worries.
Okay, full view. Is
Yeah, other side. Yeah, NIAM went to the top left corner of the map.
here.
I mean, we can attack
Is
from both sides.
You can, if you wanna do a attack from both sides. That's a totally valid option too.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Mirroring her, but like.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah. No, if you want to do that, that is totally fine. And then once you get set up in position, excuse me, if I could get initiatives from both of you guys.
Remember to click on your token so it
Yes.
adds it to the tracker. So you don't click on your tokens and won't add it to the tracker.
Eh.
And I just click on it.
Yep. Click on your token and then roll, or the initiative button after that, and then it'll roll for you.
Yep.
Token.
So initiative's on your sheet. It's not a part of the token,
Oh, yes. Sorry.
if that's the confusion. But you still need to click on your token so it adds it to the initiative counter.
Sheet. And can you guys still hear me?
Yep.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Having trouble?
No, my internet froze for a second. Sorry.
Ah, no
Yeah,
worries.
you've been moving for us this entire time.
And initiative is
There. That didn't work.
click.
Oh, that's what I did wrong.
Token. Nope.
Having trouble?
Yeah, I'm trying to click on the initiative button, but it's not.
So are you clicking on
there we
where
go.
it says initiative?
Token and click. There we go.
There we go. All right. So with both of you have a 6 in the initiative. So we just need to figure out who has the higher dexterity. Or you can pick between you which one goes first.
I'm using my sheet or the wolf sheet for Dex.
You'll use the wolf sheets for Dex. Your physical attributes will be the wolves.
I have a 15 in Dex.
Oh, then you actually rolled a 7. Because your modifier is a +1 there, so you actually rolled a 7.
Oh, well, okay.
I have a 10, so she would go first.
Okay.
Sorry. Apologies.
No,
Nah,
that
it's
is
fine.
that is totally fine.
It's based off your sheet's initiative. It's Some that can't necessarily be avoided.
Now, just so we're tracking here, for ZERRIS and RA-THERIS, went ahead and rolled a d4 for this. You guys are going to show up in round 3. So if you want to go ahead and get your initiatives rolled and get yourselves added to the sheet as far as where you're going to be coming from, then feel free to do so. And we're going to go ahead and start with NIAM up first. And just so everybody is tracking, it's going to be NIAM, CLIO, and then the elk currently.
Zerris, do you want to come in from the west, basically?
Yeah, that sounds perfectly fine to me.
Okay, we just need to put our tokens down before we roll initiative, and I just want to make sure my tokens roughly where yours will be.
For sure. Do the thing, please.
Where's the thing? 5 feet. Do.
A lot of low initiatives on this thing.
Yeah, surprisingly, nobody's gotten over a 10 yet.
Where are you, initiative? There we go. Boom.
Hey!
Hey,
Immediately,
all right.
Zerris just comes and is just like, nah, fuck that.
Yep.
I will go
Whoa.
first when my turn rolls around.
A testament
Hi.
to his glory. NIAM, it is your go.
Oh, it's my go. Sorry. I'm
No,
like,
you're
but
fine.
he rolled more than I did.
He did.
But
He won't be here till round 3. So
okay.
I believe.
I have advantage on attack rolls if the creature is at least if at least one of my allies is within 5 feet of the creature. Okay, we're not within
Yep.
5 feet, right?
not yet.
No.
That'll
Okie
come into
dokie.
play when you close in on it, though.
Yeah.
I'm very confused about my sheet.
Don't worry.
Do I get more movement as a wolf than I would as myself?
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
you'll have 40 feet of movement.
Oh,
So,
then that's
move.
Is that 40? For some reason,
Let's
I
say
thought
wolves
wolf
at 40, yeah?
yes. It does. Well, my speed is 40 feet.
Okay, yep.
Okay, so
Could use your action to stealth and then move up closer, because right now he's out of your range. He's well out of your range, your movement, especially since you'll have to go around the tree.
all right. So do I have stealth as a wolf? Oh yes, I do. I have a +4 in stealth. Look at me go.
Nice. All right.
So can I stealth over here behind this tree? Behind
You can. Yep.
where is she? She's over here.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna stealth over here behind this tree.
Yep.
Okay.
Just so we stay downwind and it gets me closer being there. Because
Oh, yeah.
oh, thing is so big. Yeah, we're gonna do that because I don't think the map is cut off, so I can't figure out if it would be. I can't figure out if I can get over here without having to go in front of this. Because
we can't-
ultimately, being behind this group of bushes
Mhm.
puts me closer, but I don't know if I can get around this way without being seen in one movement. Does that make sense?
Oh, I see. Okay. So from there. to get more over here.
I ultimately want to be here, behind this,
Okay.
but the map is cut off for me, so I'm not sure what's behind that little part I can see.
Yeah, I had to
So
find this map before the game started. So I
no,
didn't have a chance to
that's
find it
why I'm
earlier.
asking. I
No
just
worries.
don't want to. I'm
Yeah,
like,
you could hide behind that.
I'm trying to stealth over there because
Yeah.
that puts me.
At a much better spot. Yeah, you can definitely do that.
Okay, then that's what we're doing.
Cool.
Please and thank you.
Yep, absolutely. Which will take us to CLIO.
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 I'm here.
Okay.
Looking at my sheet and my the little map thing here.
Yep.
I'm just gonna move forward.
Are you gonna try to be sneaky about this?
Yep.
Okay. If you could go ahead and roll some stealth, please.
On the regular sheet or the
So because it uses Dex, you would use the bear.
okay. I've been flipping back and forth between the two.
No worries.
Missing some.
Oh. And I don't think you had advantage on that, did you? It automatically rolls for advantage, but if you didn't have something granted it to you, then we just count the first number.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. So as you're coming through, you step on a branch, and there's a loud snap, and all three of the elks, their head is up, and they're looking around now. Which is going to take us to their turn. The two smaller ones, the one up here, up at the top, is going to run off to the northeast because it's just like no, not gonna fuck around with that. The other two, their resolve is a little stronger. So they're looking around, they're listening to see if there's anything else, but then they go back to drinking, which will take us to the second round. One step closer to having our our ZERRIS and RA-THERIS rejoin us, but it's back to CLIO, or not CLIO, NIAM. Excuse me.
I can't do I have 40 feet yet?
I think so.
Closer? I can't do that little measure thing you guys all do.
Oh,
Yeah, you're within 40 feet.
yep. You are
Woohoo!
within range.
It's the fourth one on that little bar on your left-hand side. The little thing that looks like a ruler.
Mm.
Upper left. If you ever want to do that.
Okay. All right. So we're going to run and try to bite this elk in the neck.
All right. Just going for a kill shot.
Yep.
Go ahead.
What am I rolling? I forgot. I need to do. That's not the right sheet.
On the character sheet for the wolf, you should be able to click the name of the attack, and that should roll it for you.
Aha. There we go.
A 16 is going to hit. And then, yeah. And then if you click on the name for the attack there, where it showed up in the chat, it should roll the damage for you.
On the part that says bite on the
Yes, I'm
drop
sorry.
down.
Yep.
Click on that. On the not the drop down, on the not on the sheet, but on the
chat menu.
the chat menu. Just click. There we go.
Oh, for 9
Nice.
piercing. Okay, and it has to make a strength saving throw. DC 11. Yep, it passed it on the number. So it does stay standing, but it also takes 9 damage. Okay, and that will take us to CLIO. The attack has been initiated.
You're muted, Cleo.
Sorry, still thinking, but
You're fine.
I can't reach it just yet, so I'm going to move right in front of that small water part. Hold on. Click and here to kind of block its path, if that's okay.
Okay, yeah, cool. And Niam, real quick, if you wouldn't mind moving your token to where you are next to the elk. Anything else for me, Cleo?
Nope.
Okay. So the other smaller elk is having none of this, and it's going to run off. Excuse me. The larger elk, though, is going to take. It's going to use its hooves to try and, excuse me, just come up and come right back down on the wolf that just bit it.
Ow.
Uh,
Rude.
Does a 14 hit?
Or
Your
You'll be using
AC.
For your
the-
AC.
You'll be using the
The
wolf's
wolf's
AC.
AC.
no?
No.
My AC is a 13.
Yeah, then it would.
So yeah,
It would-
so it has to meet or exceed.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. Okay, so with its hooves, it is going to do 17 bludgeoning damage.
Oh, that's just rude. I'm in trouble then.
So with this, if that damage, so you've got your health in wild shape. If this damage brings that to 0, whatever damage that's left over carries over to your normal form, and you get knocked out of wild shape.
Yeah, because I only have 11 hit points as a wolf.
Okay. So basically you would go back to your normal form and take 6 damage.
That's fun. That didn't go well.
But that was all the elk was going to have. That's the end of the second round. I did say in the third round. Did I say at the start or at the end? I
I
don't
just said
remember
third
if I
round. I
specified.
mean, we
Third
could.
round.
I
I
think
mean,
it
we
would be
could.
reasonable the end of the third round, given
Okay.
how far ahead they were.
Gotcha.
But
Gotcha.
also considering your initiative count.
Considering your initiative count, I think we should probably come in at the end of the third round.
Fun.
Okay. Yeah, totally fine. Which is going to take us right back to NIAM. So now you would be back in your elf form at this point.
Right. So we're going to try to stab the elk with
Okay.
my short sword.
Alrighty. And in that case, swing away.
My short sword's not on my sheet.
It should be on the first page.
It's only showing the scimitar on there. It's not showing the short sword. The short sword's in my inventory, but not the.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Should
So I'll
be,
just
should
go ahead
be-
and use what's on the sheet. Is that okay?
That's fine.
Okay.
Ooh, 21 is definitely going to hit. And then you should just be able to click scimitar there, and it should roll the damage for you.
Bottom of the chat box, man.
I do. It's not showing. The last thing showing for me in the chat box is the bite.
The
Give
bite.
it a scroll. Double check.
Scroll down a bit. Sometimes it doesn't automatically scroll.
I did. It's still only showing the bite.
Weird. Well,
Yeah, the
I
last
know
thing.
that the Dungeon
Wait,
Master can
hold
prompt.
on. Never mind. Did
Okay.
that work?
It did. Yep.
Okay.
Gave us,
I had to get.
I'm seeing scimitar and slashing damage.
Yeah,
Cool.
I had to get rid of something.
Oh, no worries. So that did another
Weird.
2 for slashing damage. Which was that? Is the scimitar strength based or dex based? I thought it was.
It's
I
a
could be wrong.
1d6 plus 1 slashing.
Okay. Oh, and then yeah. Okay, the proficiency was the for the hit. Yep. Okay. Cool. Was there anything else from you? Yeah.
No, sir.
Okay. That'll take us to CLIO.
CLIO.
Seeing that I'm closer now, I'm just going to go straight in for a multi-attack on my sheet
Okay.
since I'm in 35 feet.
Yep. Yep.
So I'm gonna move closer in. And attack with a wrong button. An attack with a multi-attack.
Okay. Oh, so basically you would do basically one each for your bite and one for your claw.
Okay, because I was trying to click it and it wasn't.
Yeah, you gotta click
So,
the individual attacks.
gotcha. Misleading.
Let's see. Oh,
Holy
yeah,
crap.
both of those are going to hit. So yeah, go ahead and let's get some damage.
Just gotta click the names of the attacks
Yep.
in the chat box.
Okay, I'm seeing 12. And another 12. Damn. Okay. And that is
Rar.
going to. Yep.
CLIO, don't fuck
Facts.
around.
Rar indeed. Okay. And much like the treatment that NIAM got, you are also it's going to take a swing at you with its hooves as well. Let's see. Okay. I imagine a 19 is going to hit, and it's going to do 26 bludgeoning to you. Which, yeah, zoomed out way too far. That actually might not. Nope, that's not going to be enough to knock you out of bear form there. So you're a tough bear.
Nope, so it'll hit because I have an 11 armor class, but I have 34 hit points as a bear.
Yep. So yeah, it'll take 26 of those, but you are still a bear. And yeah, that was its attack. Now we're coming into the top of the next round where we've got ZERRIS leading us off this time.
Hello. I will be. You know, okay. So this is again another just a logistics question.
Sure.
Do we have an inkling that? Okay, no. That
We would have seen them transform.
yeah, Niam got
know.
knocked out. We saw. We're good. We're good. I was.
Yeah.
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 We know what's going on with these.
Sweet.
Friend and foe identified.
30. Go there. Let's see what we got in our bag of tools. How does the bear look?
The bear took a wallop, but is still going. You would
Bloodied?
have come.
Rar.
So yeah, you just saw this elk that is bigger than the bear just bring its hooves down and just boom right on the noggin.
Gotcha.
Probably heard it like if you were to take like hit a coconut, you kind of heard like that echo sort of sound. The elk's not fucking around,
Okay.
but the bear is doing okay.
And how is the wolf looking?
The wolf is NIAM.
Yes.
Like not elf or not elf. Not wolf
tracking. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Copy all. But Niam, how do you look? Are you bloodied up or are you?
A little bloody, not too bad yet.
Okay. Well, we're gonna. And correct me if I'm wrong, David. We're on the same page as far as like spells go, like action and bonus action economy. Or am
Correct.
I? Okay, sweet.
Oh
Perfect.
no, you are correct. I'm glad we're on the same page with that. Like that made me so happy in the other when you were running. I'm like, yes, we're on the same page.
Outstanding. Then I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Healing Word on. Oh, hello. On Niam.
Okay.
And that'll be 6 points of healing.
Oh, which is the exact amount of damage that she took.
And then using my action. This is not necromancy. We're going to be fine. To cast Mind Sliver on the elk. Wait.
Oh my god.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm within.
You monster.
All right.
It's not necromancy. It's fine.
Yeah, we're good. This
People
is
don't
fine.
eat the brains.
It must.
Oh, a DC 14 and top? Okay.
Yeah, it's gotta do an intelligence save.
Okay. Yeah, no, it fails.
It's gonna
Fails.
take 2
It
psychic
got a 4.
damage.
It's very confused by this.
And it's gonna subtract 1d4 from its next saving throw before the end of my next turn.
Awesome.
So yeah, so I'll run up and and throw some spells out, and that'll be me in a handbasket.
Okay. It's gonna take us to NIAM next. So NIAM, you just got a little bit of healing, doing away with what the elk did to you. Feeling nice and refreshed. What you got for us?
Okay. We are doing. Haha! I have an ice knife.
Ooh. Okay.
I'm going to attempt again to slit this thing's throat, kill this thing.
Okay. Now, so the ice.
Oh,
knife
wait.
here-
Sorry.
Yeah, you're fine. That is a ranged thing. So you are right up on this thing, and when the ice knife explodes, it could hurt you as well.
That's okay.
That's okay.
We're gonna give it a shot.
So yeah, go ahead and oh wait, you already did. So that is going to miss. But
Damn it! Oh,
hit or
sorry.
miss, it explodes. So
Come
each creature within 5 feet of it. So I think that's. I need to zoom in a little bit here. I'm not sure if that. But that, yeah, is that? Yeah, well, okay, because the bear is large. Yep, so we're gonna need dexterity saves from you, the elk, and CLIO here, as this explodes. Let's see. So the elk got an 18 on its
on.
save. Let me see.
Rude.
What is?
Does it matter whether or not I do wisdom or intelligence for the saving throw?
It's
So
a dex save.
dexterity. Yep.
Oh, okay. My bad.
And for those who succeed on the save, what is your spell save DC, Liam?
I'm sorry, repeat that. I've got an alarm going off at work. They're making me crazy.
You're fine. What is your spell save DC?
It'll be top
Should
of
be
the
at the
page on
top
your
of your
spell
spells.
section.
Mm. $13, sorry.
13? Okay. So you passed the dex save. The elk passed the dex save. Cleo unfortunately did not. So she is going to take 2d6 cold damage from the ice knife exploding.
Gross.
Yeah.
I'm really
I'm
tired of
sorry.
this elk.
It's a
Yeah, you'll have that.
2d6.
2d6.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So Niam, if you wouldn't mind rolling 2d6 for us.
Can I do that on the thingy?
Yeah, I believe you click ice knife and it'll do the same thing.
Ah,
Yeah, it
thank
should
you.
auto do it. You just click that.
First level, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Unless you cast it at a higher level, but yeah, should be first.
Go first level.
So okay. So we're
Jesus.
gonna ignore the piercing damage for that, but it is gonna be 9 cold damage.
Good thing you healed that bear.
Healed
Is it a-
giant.
So it was Niam who got healed, actually.
Oh, never
Mhm.
mind.
Whoops.
So that's not.
But the bear should still be okay.
Bear had 8 hit points left.
Oh. Oh. Yep. I
They had
definitely
34
know.
and you did 26. They had 8 hit points.
Yep.
Their bear's
You're right.
gone.
You're right. Yep. So now, so yeah, Cleo, we're just gonna go ahead and drop that down there for you, and get rid of the bear.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. And then now you only took one bit of that damage carried over. Oh, I'm sorry. What I gotta add you back to the turn thing. I've done messed that up. My bad. Cool. Excuse me. Let's see. Niam, was there anything else for your turn?
no, I have nothing else.
Okay. Cleo, that will take us back to you.
Awesome. So having that happen, that's not great. Good thing is though, I think I have a scimitar.
Oh, all right.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
So, well, nothing else is working, so let's try that.
All right, swing away.
Can I click it? Can I click it? Never mind. I don't know what I'm doing. There we go.
Oh, that's the weapon proficiency.
Yeah, that's not the right one.
Close, but not quite.
No, not quite. Shit.
Is it set up on your sheet?
No, I don't think it is actually. Never mind.
Does anybody have how much damage a scimitar does off the top of their head?
1d6 plus 1 slashing.
It's one
Well, that's what-
slashing.
Oh,
What mine says.
actually, you do. Okay, I'm
Ow.
sorry. So I just checked. On your character sheet, so you can see where your hit points are. If you scroll down a little bit, you'll see a couple things.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
There you go. There you go. Ooh, 17 is going to hit. Go ahead and roll that damage. And for 5, okay. Now this thing is looking pretty cut up. It's still pretty healthy though, as far as elks go. Like this, it's a big boy. Was there anything else you had, Cleo?
Maybe going for the no, that's it. Maybe going for the big one was a bad idea.
Alright.
Oh, that's going to take us to RA-THERIS.
Just remember, you can turn back into a bear.
You can turn back into a bear.
NIAM can also turn into a bear. All right, RA-THERIS. Okay, let's knock this out. Would you count picking up my familiar as a interaction or as an action or a bonus action?
I can see just picking it up as an interaction.
Cool. Interaction, pick up familiar.
Cool.
Action. Click on the thing. Oh, I'm in the fucking, that's why. Action. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can go through anything, so I don't, this doesn't count as a dual train. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And it moved all the way up there.
Okay.
for dash. Cool.
Cool.
That'll be. What do I got for bonus actions? I don't believe I have Misty Step or anything like that. Do have Misty Step. I could have Misty Step to this point. Would you allow me to retroactively make that a Misty Step?
I can see that because that's something you would have done in that situation had you noticed that. So not that big of a deal. It gives you a
Cool.
similar effect. So
Cool. Then for me, Chromatic Orb.
okay.
Boom.
Set a 26 to hit.
Yep, that is a 26 to hit.
Oh, that's a clean hit.
Okay, cool. This is going to be lightning damage because that's going to do the least amount of damage to the meat.
Understood. Roll that damage.
Okay, at level 1. 10 lightning damage. Cool.
Okay. Well, to say that they're shocked.
All right.
I was not expecting that. Anything else?
That's my action, bonus action. Okay, that's RA-THERIS' turn. Familiar's turn.
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Please make my familiar one size larger as its bonus action.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. I didn't realize you didn't have permissions to do that. I'll go ahead and fix that so that you. Oh,
I don't think you can give me permission to set at the token size.
Oh, okay.
Hale's hearing that.
What fresh hell is this?
Alice, we can't hear you. Alice, we can hear you, but it says you're muted, but we can hear you. I don't know what's going on. Your internet's slow. I believe, unfortunately, my familiar needs to take my action in order to do its attack, but it should buy them time as far as not getting hurt.
Gotcha.
So that's the giant fractal snake monster is now there, either distracting or not. I don't know.
Okay.
That's my turn, and my familiar's turn.
Copy that. It's like Cleo might still be frozen. And we're back. All right. So with technical matters resolved, we can get right back into the matter of the elk. Which, excuse me, if I recall correctly, we just had RA-THERIS. You did your thing. Had the your familiar get right up in the elk's business.
Yep.
And now it is the elk's turn.
Yep.
So let's see. Let's do a quick little thing here. Eeny, meeny, miny. Alrighty. So it is. You just threw that ice up in its face, NIAM. So it is going to take a swing at you with its hooves.
Just about done with this beast.
It is. Let's see. Does a 10 hit? I believe your AC is higher than that.
He said 14.
Then its attack misses.
Sorry.
Quite possibly due to the lightning that was just sent through its body. But that is going to be its turn, and will take us back to the top with ZERRIS.
You got the ZERRIS. I believe in you.
Wounded ZERRIS.
Okay. Once again, I am assessing my two companions, CLIO and NIAM. How beat up do they look?
I don't believe either has taken damage since the last time they were healed.
Excellent.
They should be all right for now.
Leo's missing 1 hit point.
In a similar vein, having traveled with these two and had a chance to kind of be up close and assess them. Who is more beefy? Who's more tanky? Like
Between
yeah,
CLIO and mine?
would I know who's able to kind of more? Who's more? I'm trying to find a non-mechanical way to say who's got the higher AC, but I'm really failing here. I'm really sorry.
So AC, I'm not sure, but if what you saw earlier was any indication, this elk can mess both of them up with a good hit.
Too easy.
In their current forms.
Not a problem. So, in that case, we are going to take our bonus action and cast Shield of Faith first on. Yeah, we're gonna take the bonus action. It's a concentration spell. I'm gonna cast Shield of Faith on NIAM.
Okay.
What Shield of Faith
What
does?
does that do?
It's a concentration up to 10 minutes. It's a bonus action to cast, range of 60 feet. And a shimmering field appears and surrounds a creature of your choice within range, granting it +2 bonus to AC for the duration.
Too easy.
So for 10 minutes, +2 to NIAM's AC. That is my
Wonderful.
bonus
Taking it up to
action.
16. Awesome.
And
What else
then
you got for us?
I'm gonna run up. Oh God, no, go back, please. 5, 10.
Apologies.
20, 25.
Oh, okay.
30.
Okay.
I didn't mean to do that.
Oh, you're good.
No worries.
Nope.
No worries.
Pushing buttons. Sorry.
And then I'm gonna touch. RA-THERIS. Let me double check that I'm not screwing this up. Yeah, it's not a concentration. I'm gonna cast Warding Bond on RA-THERIS.
Okay.
The duration is an hour. Holy shit.
Wow.
That's right. I forgot how good this spell is. I'm so excited. This spell, it's not concentration. However, for the hour, the spell wards a willing creature you touch against and creates a mystical connection between target until the spell ends. While the target is within 60 feet of you, gains a +1 bonus to AC and saving throws, and has resistance to all damage. Also, each time it takes damage, you take the same amount of damage. Spell ends if you drop to 0 hit points, or if you and the target become separated by more than 60 feet. It also ends if the spell is cast again on either of the connected creatures. You can also dismiss the spell as an action. So for this person, for this hour, RA-THERIS has a +1 bonus to AC, advantage on saving throws, or has a +1 bonus to AC and saving throws. Has resistance to all damage,
Beautiful.
and I suffer when he suffers. That's my
Gotcha,
bonus
gotcha.
action. Action, my move.
Truly a gracious master.
Yeah, that's me in a handbasket.
All right. That's going to take us to NIAM.
Niam, I
Awesome.
very much recommend you move 2 steps to the right.
That would give you a... Okay, so if you were to do, as he was suggesting here, that would put you in a flanking position and grant you advantage on your attack.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you just, do your movement here, and if you want to attack, just... But that
Okay.
would also give this guy a flank, so, if he wants to attack,
Okay. So we're moving 2.
Yes. Flanks.
And then, can I use Primal Savagery
Oh, absolutely.
to attack?
Yep.
Okay.
You sure can.
So, wow, what have I done with my life?
There we go.
Nice.
All right, so would you mind telling us what this does and what that looks like?
I'm channeling Primal Magic to cause my fingernails to sharpen, which is going to deliver a corrosive attack. I need to make a melee spell attack against the creature.
Okay.
And then on the hit, the target will take 1d10 acid damage. After I make the attack, my teeth or my fingernails will return to normal.
Okay. And what'd you get on the attack?
I have not done that yet.
Oh,
You
when you
did. It's at the...
Oh wait.
Oh, wait. Oops.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So what I'm seeing here is a 20 to hit for 9 acid damage.
Nice.
Yes,
That
sir.
Oh, that's good. That's good. It is still up, but it is not looking good.
But because of the two, oh no, that just gives me a high. Never mind.
Yep, that's what if it tries to hit you.
Right. Sorry.
So you're fine. You're fine. That's going to take us to
Excited.
CLIO. And because of the positioning here, it looks like CLIO would be getting the advantage from the flanking as well. So if you're trying to do a melee attack, now is the time.
I planned on just hitting with my scimitar again, because
All right.
I don't have original ideas right now.
Okay,
That
totally fine.
advantage.
Yeah. Hey, scimitar is tried and true. So
Yep. Yes, it is. I believe in you. Unless you don't want me to. In which case, I believe in you in secret.
but we're not going to tell you that.
Yeah, I'll lie to your face and say I don't believe in you.
What you got? So this would be with advantage. So you take the higher of the two.
22.
Oh, 22 is a clean hit.
Nice.
Go ahead and roll that damage. Let's see what we got.
3
Nice.
slashing.
3 slashing? All right. Anything else for your turn?
No.
All right. So RA-THERIS, that is going to bring us back to you. This thing is looking very miserable. It is very close to death.
Cool. More lightning.
More lightning.
Ah, that one.
Ah,
Oh
Yep.
well. Never mind. That was that. That was
Oh.
bull. Oh well.
oh, you silly goose.
Yep, I'm a silly goose. I'm gonna stay back here. That's my turn. I need to use my action for my familiar to attack, so probably should have
Okay.
done that instead, but oh well. Familiar
That's right.
stays there and maintains advantage that he's giving.
Gotcha. So that is going to take us to the elk here. Which I'm sorry, CLIO. It's got its sights set on you. It's going to try to hit you with its hooves.
I believe in you.
Let's see. I would imagine that an 8 does not hit. So, that is going to be its action, and it is going to try and run at this point. And let's see. So that puts CLIO, NIAM, and the familiar in positions where they can make opportunity attacks if they wish.
Just so I'm clear, you're allowing my familiar to make an opportunity attack?
Is that something that it can normally do? I thought it could use your...
I can use my attack action. But are you allowing me to use my reaction to initiate an opportunity attack?
That one I'm not sure if it allows you to do that. I thought
It
that
doesn't say specifically, that's why I'm asking you. Because it can use its attack action if I use my action, but the way you said that implied it's using my reaction for that, but
See, because that was my understanding for that, and you know what? I'm okay with that. Thinking about it, and if it comes back to bite me in the ass later, it comes back to bite me in the ass later. But for now, I'm good with it.
cool.
I can almost guarantee that it will come back to bite you in the ass later.
Almost
It's only an
certainly.
8 to hit anyways.
Yep, an 8 is going to miss, but CLIO and NIAM, you are both free to make one melee attack if you wish.
Oh.
Because this thing is trying to run.
Darn it.
It needs to
In-
be a melee attack. It can't be your spell or anything, so it'd be your scimitars that you've been hitting it with.
Logistical question for the DM.
Answer. What you got?
With it moving out of their space, oh no, I guess that I've answered my own question. Because it's leaving the space, opportunity attacks are triggered when it leaves their space, their realm of hit. Yes, so they wouldn't. Okay, cool. That was just clarifying. I was my brain didn't know if it was going to be at advantage because they still flanked, but it triggers when they're no longer flanked. So
correct. So this would be without advantage.
So entangle couldn't be an opportunity attack?
Unfortunately, no.
Well, dadgummit.
Yeah.
When spells fail, smack it with a stick.
Yep. Or stab it with a
So,
sword.
can
Yeah,
I
they would have-
smack
Sorry?
it with? Can I try to slash it with my scimitar while it's trying to get away?
Absolutely. And Cleo, you are free to do the same as well if you wish.
Hiya!
Ooh. All right. I'm seeing a 19 there, and that is going to be a clean hit.
Dun, dun, dun.
Cleo might be frozen again.
Yeah, looks like she is.
Yep.
Sadness.
No.
I sent the player text to try and reestablish that communication. But
No.
oh wow, okay, yep.
What's
Damn.
going on?
Well, some rolls popped up in the chat. I see.
Looks
I'm
like
gonna
she
need-
rolled a 21 first and just kept clicking the button
Hey, and
On accident, yeah.
because
It
it wasn't
wasn't
responding.
showing up,
Yeah,
so I
so-
thought I wasn't clicking it. Yeah.
Gotcha,
Yeah, so-
gotcha. So both of you did enough damage to kill this thing. So it's like, as it's turning to run, you both skewered it, and it drops dead.
Nice.
The elk is slain.
Nice. Cool. Now they're just the logistics of getting this thing back. Snake, get bigger.
Ooh. Ooh.
All right, the snake is going to grow in size.
Excellent.
Did I make it larger? I hope I did.
Yeah, you did.
Okay, cool.
Cool. Snake is gonna, quantumly get underneath it and just kind of raise up like a ghost, but picking it up too.
Okay.
And then it's probably gonna need the two druids to turn into bears to steady the elk and help the snake.
Now, I remember you guys mentioned you had gotten some supplies. I would imagine that would include like some ropes and the like to secure it as well. That might be enough to do.
We also didn't bring our cart out here.
You did not bring your card out here to the wood. That is fair.
So I don't know if we have those on us because we don't have bags of holding to conveniently hold all of our supplies.
We have brought nothing to carry this giant thing back.
That's
Yep.
okay. That's
So
okay.
Snack, please turn into the biggest animals that you guys can. Hey, they just saw this thing and they saw two other elks. Can they turn into those elks? Is it?
You know what?
It depends on those CRs of those creatures.
The traditional elk NIAM has actually turned into before. But for the purposes of this, I can see. Well, Cleo,
So
you just
horse
saw
or
these as
donkey
well.
would probably be better.
I can turn into a draft horse.
Yes,
There you
that.
go. Yeah. So a couple of horses would be perfect for this.
Yeah. And then giant snake bearing most of the weight because it calculates the push lift drag different, or
Yep.
its carrying and its carrying capacity different because of its size.
Perfect. Yep.
Are you guys-
Logistically, you guys are able to get this back. No problem.
Are you guys moon
Cool.
druids? Or no?
No. We have a Twilight, and then I don't know what Cleo is.
Or Dream. Actually.
Dream. Sorry,
Yep.
Dream.
Twilight is the cleric. And then I don't think it's been revealed what kind of druid Cleo is right now, so I will
Interesting.
leave that. All right. So that's going to be a
Just-
mystery.
Not at all. Not in the slightest.
All right, so obviously she's a Circle of the Land Druid swamp.
Oh my god.
We'll keep that as a mystery until such time that the player feels to reveal it. Until then, it's anybody's guess.
Circle of the Land Druid swamp.
All right. So is there anything you guys want to do before you bring this thing back?
I don't know how to prepare it properly, like do any of the hunting stuff out here. So
Oh, that's fine. I'm sure Ariel knows how to take care of that. So
cool. Then we don't have to worry about anything. Just let's get this back before it starts to rot.
okay. Then
In
on the way
fact-
back, I'm sorry.
In
Which, you got
fact,
something?
I will as a slime make sure it stays clean.
I am so concerned by how that's going to happen, but
Do you want the actual answer, or do you want to live in the kind world where that isn't the answer, where you don't have to know anything?
the problem is I do know the answer.
Mm-hmm. So I'm
Right.
gonna make sure it stays clean and none of these
Okay.
wounds get any flies in them.
Understood. So
What?
yeah, you guys.
What?
I'm sorry.
Don't ask.
What do you
Well, she can't ask her question if it's
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
you're
Just
frozen up
gonna
on us.
turn back into a bear?
Yes.
All right. So on your way back to the town, as you're making your way back, you realize that took longer than you expected. The sun is coming up at this point, and
That took us all night.
What kind of liminal space did we enter?
Ah, shit. Not again.
What?
so you make it back, and you can hear sounds coming from the village, almost ritualistic drumming.
Okay, so right quick, did my so duration for disguise self is 8 hours. I'd never dropped that.
Right.
Obviously, it was less than 2 hours because both of them were in their first wild shape. Did my I'm using my duration as a measurement here. I cast it when I entered the city. We basically left with that within 30 minutes. At most, it could have been 2 hours. The sun was up when we arrived, or it was setting. It was these motherfuckers. Okay, my disguise self still on?
I would say your disguise self is reaching the end.
So, one, and I haven't experienced 8 hours worth of time. Okay. Yeah, times fuck you guys.
What?
Times fuck you guys.
Apparently, time's a little funky.
I haven't experienced 8 hours worth of time, but my disguise self is nearing its end, and like,
Well,
son of a bitch.
so, like I said, sun's starting to come up, and as you get closer and closer to the village, the sound of the drumming is getting louder. As you get closer, you realize it's coming from the center of the town. Or village, rather. I keep referring to it as a town. That's not entirely accurate.
Strange question also regarding time. The
Okay.
spell Warding Bond lasts an hour. I did not wish to drop it as an action. Was going to keep
Right.
that on RA-THERIS. Is that faded as we were walking, or?
It did fade as you were walking.
Times fuck you guys.
Wait, hold on. We had the two wild-shaped individuals who could only do it for 2 hours. Did they maintain their wild shape that entire time?
As you're bringing this question up, their time expired.
Time works faster for us, but slower for the druids.
Time's
This
fucky,
feels
guys.
like druidic.
Because I just did
prejudice.
6 hours. I just did 6 hours. I just sped ran like 7 hours. And they just did 2 hours, but we managed to get all the way out here.
This
We're
feels like
like at
druidic
the
prejudice.
See, I told you there was something wrong with these druids.
Let's go see what the hullabaloo is.
All right. I'm gonna sit in the snake's mouth. Because I'm not gonna cast that again if it's just gonna go away in an hour.
So you said you're gonna go see what all the hullabaloo is about, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So as you come into the village, you see a number of people around, um, and they are gathered around. In the center of the town, there's.
Accent.
I'm sorry?
What'd you say? We didn't hear it.
It came through a little glitchy there.
Alice?
Nothing important.
Okay.
Hmm.
So there is the word for it is escaping me at this point, but a raised platform where you can see that.
Stage?
Not quite a stage. This is where there is a body laying. You can see everyone is the drumming is going on. People are there, and it becomes very clear to you that this is a funeral. And as they see you coming in with the elk, the drumming stops, and everyone is just like looking at you with a mix of shock, concern, and even disgust. And
Guys, I think we killed their guardian beast.
I'm going to go ahead and drop an image in the chat for everyone.
Guys, I think we killed their
For-
guardian beast.
For an individual that is will be approaching you. Let me
We might have killed their like totem animal.
NIAM, CLIO, you're both druids. What did we do wrong? Why are they looking at us like that?
What? Why?
Trying to get this to upload. I'm sorry. Oh, it did. It did. My computer's just being slow. So this man approaches you, a Goliath man, nearly
Okay.
roughly 7.5 feet or so tall. What is the meaning of this?
Is he speaking in English?
Yes.
Okay. The meaning of we were asked to bring an elk.
By whom?
What was her name?
Ariel Moonbuff.
Thank you. That lady.
And everybody here just looks extremely unsettled by that. There is no conceivable reason why Ariel Moonbluff would tell you to bring an elk, a sacred creature, and desecrate this funeral.
Well, she did because she said that's what you guys would want. So we went out and did it. We didn't know that it was. She did it on purpose. She's trying to slander our names and make us look foolish.
I will present the letter that I received from Ariel Moonbluff and say, we received this 2 days ago, stating that I was to be requesting clerical aid for this funeral rite, and then when we arrived, she informed us that there was to be a feast in which an elk, a most guys, help me out here, please.
Message to you, in which an elk, being a sacred creature, is to be slaughtered and fed upon. In this instance,
I will
to help
absolutely
you,
pass that
you need
along.
to relay that because I'm in the thing's mouth and didn't cast disguise self on myself.
Yeah, a most sacred creature would be present as the keystone of the feast, in order to honor an individual with the highest of honors.
He's going to take
Summon
the
our
paper. He's going to take the paper from you to examine it. And he just kind of crumbles up the paper in his hand. I will get to the bottom of this. You have done the greatest dishonor that you could have brought to this village. This beast is a sacred animal. And you take this during a... This is a celebration of this man's life.
Then maybe you should get on Ariel for asking us to do this.
We
Don't jump us for not understanding and doing what we were asked to do. So go jump her for asking us to do it and us trying to honor this celebration like we were asked to do.
In addition to this, might we know the name of our accuser of this horrendous act? Your
My
name,
name.
good sir? Yes.
Yes. I am Chief Kiomak Mokello. Or, excuse me, Munikello. I pronounced that wrong. I am known as Chief Bearheart. I apologize for my quickness to anger. We will get to the bottom of this. And he turns to everyone else. Please continue with the festivities. I am going to go and see Ariel for this.
I'm calling her right now. We never met Ariel.
I'm calling it right now. The bitch is a hag.
I'm calling her right now. It's the same fey fuck that was fucking with us earlier. There's time magic being done. There's time magic going on. That's fey bullshit. It's forward time magic. That's definitely fey bullshit. There's we only saw her in the town. She's the only person. She didn't pay us.
Correct.
We
We were supposed to get 100 gold.
Can I
We're
get the
supposed to
chief's
get
name?
the other 100 gold. Yes, I'm dropping the chief's name, excuse me, in the chat momentarily. There's also a woman cloaked in black who will be following as well. She was by his side at the moment that all of that, when all of this was going down. When you approached, she was by his side as well. I will be posting her picture and name as well.
Son of a bitch.
God damn it. We should honor customs.
Don't worry. No. They didn't lie. If we had tried to enforce our will on them, it would have been woe. Because we would have insulted them in this way.
Yeah, we
They
would have
didn't
had
lie.
to fight Chief Bear Dick Munikello. I mean, that would have been woe, a lot of woe.
Yeah. Yeah, so they didn't lie. They didn't lie to us. See?
So, as you all approach Ariel's house, excuse me, the door is not locked. It creaks open, but it is far from the condition that you all saw it in last night. If anything, the food is still there, but it looks as if it's been sitting for several days. And what was once the aroma of all the various delicious foods being prepared is replaced with a sort of stench of rotting flesh. Coming inside, there are clear signs of a struggle here. Excuse me. And you are in front of you. You see the body of the woman that you were speaking to last night. However, the difference it almost looks like her body has been drained of all vitality. And it's shriveled up and excuse me. almost like you would see a mummified corpse, really. Yeah.
Message to ZERRIS. They saw us come into the village.
It, Chief Munakello, this is not the state in which we first found this home. Was there any signs of a struggle or signs of foul play while we were amidst the woods?
What day is it?
What day?
Leo's gonna run outside and throw up.
Oh, yeah.
Valid.
That's a totally fair reaction. As far as what day, I don't. Yeah, that was one of the things in world building. I didn't really think of like days of the week because I didn't really think that would come up.
Just say whether or not it matches the current day at this point. You don't have to go through the whole
I would-
world building process and come
Yeah.
up with a weekly calendar right now. Just does
Dang,
it match
that's
up? Does what we
crazy to hear from you. That's crazy. You once made me count the number of moons and which ones were inhabited. Continue. I apologize. What?
No, there's a difference. This
I-
is during a game. This isn't during. That wasn't during a game.
Fair enough. No, I would say that the day does line up.
Okay.
Excuse me, as far as with what day it's supposed to be and what day you all were under the impression that it was.
Okay.
Another thing of note is that as you're coming inside, you do notice that there is a strange looking. I would say it's a knife of some sort, or rather a short sword on the floor. There is some blood there, and next to it is a petrified left hand.
Pick up the hand. The familiar goes down and like. I'm gonna just have the familiar like grab those in its mouth. Because if it gets cursed, I'll kill it and it'll come back without the curse.
The hand? Okay.
And the sword, just because it's a giant snake. Just it's a fractal thing. I move through it to other parts of its body. Giant snake picks it up. If they're cursed, I'll know because the snake gets cursed.
Ah. Okay.
If it's a cursed item or anything, and then I can just kill the snake and resummon it.
From what you can tell, at least from that initial reaction, it doesn't appear to be cursed or magical in any way.
Cool.
It is a little bit more ornate than a standard sword. It has a golden hilt wrapped in a nice black leather for the handle. But other than that, it is a standard short sword.
Okay. Nothing inherently magical from what I can tell right now.
Correct.
Okay. While I'm kind of in the snake, I'm gonna try to cast Identify on it as a ritual. This take me I want to say 20 minutes for Identify. Takes
Okay.
10 minutes. Am I right? Am I wrong? I don't know.
I don't recall off the top of my head, but
No, it's 11 minutes. So I'll start doing that while these guys are talking.
okay.
Just to be sure, because the last thing I need is this sword to be like, oh, we'll pick it up and use it, and then it turns out the curse is some bullshit that we didn't even bother looking into, and it's not something like, oh, you're cursed -3 con or something like that. It's something like, oh, hey, the DM secretly rolls a d4 every day. That's last thing I
Gotcha.
need is that. Like,
Understood.
while
Yeah,
these guys are talking, I'm gonna try to identify some shit.
absolutely. And we'll come back to the results of that momentarily.
Okay, cool.
Okay. And then obviously the chief is very much upset about this. Excuse me. And the other woman who was following behind speaks up and said, "You spoke to her last night."
Yes. We arrived and got further details about the situation, and she expressed that again. Unfortunately, due to her smaller stature, she would be unable to provide an elk due to her inability to hunt. So we offered to undertake that task as well for her offer of an increase in payment.
That is quite concerning.
I'm sorry. Can you just it? Are you can you give me your take on this? What do you? I see the wheels turning amidst the mask and the headdress. I just I can't read you very well, so if you kindly, I don't want us to be on the wrong page or the different page, as we clearly have been for a number of hours now.
First, it is strange that your services would have been requested in the first place, as we were more than capable of handling such services ourselves. It is even more strange that you saw Ariel last night, and from the state of this abode, it appears that she has been dead for far longer than that. And even more so, the elk is a sacred creature here, especially the close spiritual connection that it had with the deceased. So for presenting such a thing during their funeral service, that was a very, I suppose, derogatory or sacrilegious even. And it is becoming clear that you were not aware of our customs.
Yes, when we initially, I confess, went to approach what was the equivalent of your tavern and found it locked. So, unfortunately, rather than scavenge about for someone to speak with, we came to what looked to be the home of Ariel Moonbluff, the only place that had smoke billowing to signify that someone may have been home.
Yes, well, all of us had departed into the forest last night as the beginning of the funeral proceedings, making our way into the town center. A part of the ritual that would have taken us through all of yesterday and the evening that followed. So the town, village would have been unoccupied during that time.
I see. Right. How are you with
Ask about relations to the Fae. There was clear time dilation on our end.
yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to word that.
Ask
Not
about the
shittily.
Fae.
There
Ask about.
we had let's call it a time issue where in the woods the traveling felt it didn't line up with our travel things. Our druids were able to stay in their wild shapes for what appeared to be longer than it should have been, but certain other spells fizzled early.
There is, we'll say, powerful magic in these woods. And those of, I hate to say the wrong association, um, do find that things can get quite strange. It's not uncommon what you experienced, and Quite frankly, I would say you're one of the lucky ones that you arrived the next morning and not the next year.
Cool, 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 very cool, very cool, very cool. So it's the forest itself. It's the location, correct? Do we know of any enemies that Ariel Moonbluff may have had? No one came to see her after you. Was she with you in the woods? I'm confused here. Why was she the only one left behind?
She began carrying the meal, and I last saw her early yesterday morning, prior to our departure. And she was most certainly in good health then, albeit her she was affected by the death, for sure, but she didn't want to allow the villagers to see that weight and the effect that it had on her, which is why she chose to stay behind.
I see. I understand. There's no one that I have several questions, but I'd like to yield to my colleagues if they have anything.
Did anyone did anyone try to check on her, help her with this preparation? Apparently we were all in the woods at the same time but did not see each other at all. This is very concerning.
The woods here are quite large, and as I stated earlier, there's a powerful presence magically to them. It's in many ways it has a mind of its own.
When you all came back from the forest, did anyone check on her?
We have only been back from the forest for a very short while, only less than an hour before you had returned. She was set to bring out the feast shortly after that.
Hmm.
I'm
Should we
confused.
just bury this, or
I'm sorry.
we should we bury the elk? You kind of don't want to walk around with your trusted spirit carcass.
We we will arrange for it to be returned to the woods, and we will see to it that it has a proper farewell.
NIAM's gonna hear via message. You're a druid. I recommend you offer to participate in that. As a means of closing the wound.
Since I can I help with honoring the elk passing?
Then Cleo's gonna hear the same message the next turn.
I could.
Druids.
Yeah, and you guys Yeah, there was the whole druid thing.
Yeah,
Yep.
it was mentioned that they were druids, so
Yep. So that is known.
they need to make sure they're in tune with nature. They pissed off the trees, so that's what RA-THERIS is getting at here.
Yep. So this woman will she looks as if she's about to answer, but then she decides to more turn to the chief and kind of let him make that call. Which he excuse me. He ponders for a moment and he says, "I will allow it."
Yes.
Thank you very much.
And he will very gently pick up Ariel's body and begin to make his way for the door. And now, about this time, excuse me, RA-THERIS, your identify would have completed. And you have found that there is nothing magical about this short sword. It is ornate in nature, but otherwise mundane.
Okay. Cool. This is good. Now that hand,
The hand, yes.
let's go ahead and identify that.
Okay. Using a ritual as well.
Yeah, so it's gonna take me out for a minute.
Understood. So, excuse me, Chief Bearheart and Dima, the woman that you've been speaking to, will begin to make their way out, and as they do, she'll kind of motion for you to follow as well, so that she can close the door behind you.
Doing so.
Now, before I forget, because I almost certainly will, we'll go ahead and get to the results. Excuse me. We'll go ahead and get to the results of your identify check, or your identify spell rather, and we'll
Alright.
kind of use that as our closing bit here for the night. Excuse me. Now, this I'm let me read the thing here. Let's see. You choose one object that you must touch throughout the casting of the spell. It is a magic item or some other magic imbued object. You learn its properties and how to use them, whether it requires attunement to use and how many charges it has, if any. Learn whether any spells are affecting the item and what they are. If the item was created by a spell, you learn which spell created it. If you instead touch a creature throughout the casting, you learn what spells, if any, are currently affecting it. Excuse me. So you learn that this hand was petrified via the flesh to stone spell.
Okay. Sounds like they cut it off. A disembodied hand does count as an object. Is there anything else there?
Nope, it is otherwise mundane as well.
All right. Cool.
So,
All right. Awesome. Because I know some people mistake corpses for people.
yep. Well, this is just a part of a hand, or excuse me, it's the whole hand, but a part of a person. So, but no longer attached.
Yeah.
Still close enough to be considered as an object.
Cool.
But
Cool.
I wanted to get to that, so that way it wasn't missed. CLIO, yes.
So remember how Cleo was driving and there was somebody sat next to her and she nudged them? Who was that?
Great question. Who was sitting next to CLIO on the way here?
Rowan NIAM.
Yeah, I was doing augury, so.
Okay. So yeah, notably, this is the left hand of what looks to be a human, or humanoid at least. And the individual that you guys saw earlier was missing a left hand.
Mm-hmm.
Cleo's just gonna kind of tap NIAM on the shoulder and just like, hand. Person earlier, no bloody wrist, carriage.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. So
Go in the opposite direction, towards where we live.
Yep. And I think that is going to be where we're going to wrap it up for tonight.
I see what you did there.
That one was not
Mhm.
intentional, but I'm not apologizing for it because people who say no pun intended are just like cowards, really. Just intend your puns, really.
No. It's not macaroni to make puns.
It's not macaroni. What? Oh, yeah, okay. Yep. took
Yeah,
me a
okay.
second.
For those who don't know, back in the day, the macaroni used to be an alternate word for cool. Yankee Doodle went to town, stuck feather in his hat, macaroni. It used to mean being cool. The reason puns are cringy now is because they weren't considered macaroni for about 20 years there, which then made it so forever. They used to be considered so clever and witty that Greeks used to put puns in their laws.
Well, yeah, no, we had a little bit of a late start today, went a little longer than we expected, but I hope you guys had a great time. And again, huge shout out to the people who were watching this live, or if you're watching this in the future on YouTube, whenever those find their way there, Gilbert.
Make sure to like, comment, or subscribe.
Yeah, do that stuff. So, does anybody have anything before we wrap things up?
Nope. I don't exist.
I know there's the spiel coming from Gilbert because I do not have that thing memorized yet.
Been saying that for months.
Yes, hello. We of course are the Rolling Nomads, and you can find us right here on twitch.tv/Rolling Nomads. Our schedule is a little bit wonky right now because I've moved, and we're finalizing schedules for everybody else that is on the Rolling Nomads team. So we've got a couple people that are moving as well, or have moved and are starting new jobs and such. So we're going to be a little bit wonky with our schedules for a little while, but we're hopefully getting that stuff. All the programming should be back up very shortly here. Hopefully starting next week, maybe the week after. We'll keep you guys up to date. The best way to keep up to date with us is over on Twitter @_Rolling Nomads, where you can find us for our late starts, our scheduled programming, everything that might be new, all that good stuff. Ways of Old will be returning next week for certain.
Nice.
Look out for that on our Twitter. We'll let you guys know which date and everything is squared away. Yeah, as well as Scion at our traditional time over on twitch.tv/The Onyx Path. You can find the actual plays because of our schedules being wonky. If you are looking for, Bendy got hair in my mouth. I'm so sorry. If you're not able to catch something because our schedules get a little wonky, over on our youtube.com/Rolling Nomads is where we upload our actual plays and all of our edits and stuff, which is a little bit behind, but I'm working on it, I promise, especially with the move and everything. It's been a little bit hectic. Yeah, so that's us in a handbasket. We got YouTube, got Twitter, got our Twitch. That's us in a handbasket.
Alrighty. Well, so with that, again, thank you to everybody, the players, the viewers, everybody. You guys make this possible, because really, I couldn't come up with half this shit on my own. So you guys
I doubt
really do. Some of the stuff you guys do, really is. It would take me a lot longer to come up with on my own, and it would be far less entertaining, and it would just be more the ramblings of a madman.
I mean, that's what all books are.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Maybe not all of them, but enough of them for that to be a close to accurate statement. So, yep. I know we definitely had some time off there. Looking to get this back into a regular thing, even with the possibility of schedules getting moved around. More to come on that later as we actually figure out when things are going on. This has been Colder Than a Twitch's Wit here on the Rolling Nomads. I've been your Dungeon Master, David Gagnon, and that's all we have. So, as always, until next time, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. We'll see you later.